would you like to buy multiple data pads containing one book each?
Sure.
And a tablet shelf.
Yeah.
Little shelf for your tablets.
What sort of books do you want to buy?
Nothing so obvious, but things that might help me with some of my force powers. But, it's really bad to be wandering around going, do you have any books on the force? So, if I could be subtle about that somehow. Oh, yeah, she'll do that too. Don't worry.
Okay.
Don't worry, Talon.
So, there is a, depending on what you're trying to get, there's a check, right? If you're trying to find, for example, Volume 1 of the Jedi Code, right? Yeah, that's a very high DC check. But if you're trying to find, like, the Metro Guide, the audiobook version of that, it's like a difficulty 0 check. So you tell me, right, how many purples worth of usefulness, like 6 being the idea it's a Jedi Code, 0 being it's a Metro Guide, right? What difficulty are you looking into finding?
What skill check are we talking?
That would be Streetwise.
Why do I have lore if I never get to use it?
Lore is your check to be the book.
You never called for me to use this?
Well, okay, ask me an esoteric question about the Force.
An
esoteric question about the Force? Question mark?
Yeah, exactly. But I'll point at your party. Someone has Streetwise. Ask them to buy your smart.
Selwyn, what are you doing here?
Nothing.
I have been known to practice the arts of street stuff.
So while we're gambling, because I also gambled and won money, I will kind of be like, yeah, I like to study obscure things. You think you could help me find some books on the Force? It's my innocent smile.
Be like, yeah, probably.
Cool.
Right. Yeah,
completely not real.
The Force isn't real, obviously, but like, if it were, yeah, sure.
So I mean, what's your Streetwise?
Yellow, 2 greens.
Oh, let's do 4 dice.
Okay.
Wait, yellow and 2 greens?
Yeah.
3 dice.
You can give me a blue if you're tagging along.
Yeah, okay, 4 dice. I'll give her a blue dice.
Okay, you can also spend a destiny point.
I'm gonna leave that up to Kat.
We have 2. I'm not spending a destiny point on your Force and Smut books. I'm sorry.
Just be careful with you being wanted and everything, Ben.
I want to note for the record, the Smut books is a different check. This is just the Force books right now.
Okay.
Yeah, we gotta
Smut books is an infinitely harder check.
No. That's a much easier check. That's like a difficulty 1 check, depending on what you're looking for. But Kat, you may roll.
Yeah, but my sensibilities, Patmore. Have you considered those?
No.
Oh, holy shit.
Fair enough.
Okay.
There we go.
So, you have found you found a book that might be useful. It's apparently like apparently it was written by like a Force practitioner ages ago. It seems to be part instruction manual, part biography, part manual. It does have a price tag of 500 credits, but it seems legitimate.
Where are my credits? I don't think I have that many.
You could always steal it. That'd be
I'll give you some.
Streetwise trick.
Oh, okay.
I got money.
Just not gonna say no right now. You have money. So
I
what
need
is
to
this book
steal.
called?
That's fine. We'll buy this legally.
I'll get you a name.
Buy this legally.
Well, yeah, because if you buy things illegally, you might as well have stolen them.
That's true.
We would never do that.
Sure. Yeah. Mhm.
You got them.
Do you think she believed me, Murder?
Oh, yeah. Hook, line, and
Nice.
sinker.
Got it.
Nice.
One moment, I'm just getting the name entirely out there. Nearly there. Whoops, that was the wrong button. Okay. Do you want me to DM you the name or post publicly?
DM it to me.
I see.
Sad.
Well, Kat, you're the one
mean,
buying
you-
it, so I'm going to DM it to
Yeah.
you as well.
I was gonna say, can I also be DM'd the name, because I feel like that's an essential part of me buying the book for you.
No, she instructs you to close your eyes and not look at it the entire time.
These
Okay.
words.
It's like, I know
Done.
you found it, but shush.
Okay, so are there any other books you're buying?
I mean, Talon requested Smut, so we've got to get that.
Okay.
No, I thought it was for you. I was making a joke about the Chris Lestrade game.
It's for you.
It's for me now. It's fine.
Okay.
Definitely not for Talon. Talon doesn't want the smut. No.
Depending on the
Never.
subject matter you're looking for, Emmy, the DC changes. So,
Genuinely don't care.
okay.
Just give me anything, the first thing off the shelf, and I'll be good.
That's it.
Are you guys picking up a difficulty 0 book for Emmy?
Sure. We all need
Okay.
something to read.
Okay. Kat, you may roll streetwise.
We all need something to read. Here's the cheapest thing in existence.
Okay.
Yeah, no, we're not getting it, bud. Sorry. It ain't it.
Yeah, so that's the example of failing a DC 5 check. The Emmy, they come back empty-handed. They don't have your book.
It was weird. They ran out of books.
They were out
That feels
now.
impossible, but
Uh,
okay.
In reality, it was more there was a really judgy-looking person sitting behind the counter.
Yeah. I mean,
This-
I think that
There was this older humanoid person sitting behind the counter, and like I brought it up, and she looked at me like she was judging my entire lineage, and I was like, I had to think of something, so I told her that I found this misplaced in the biography section, and I asked her to put it back where it should go, and then we left.
The worst part
Maybe
is as
we-
I was leaving, she said it was her favorite.
Yeah.
maybe
no,
we
it's
can
bad.
go to another bookstore tomorrow, since we have a few more days, and just get an armful of them, because
Okay.
I want something to read while we're
Okay.
between jobs.
Kat, check again, please.
Ah,
Okay.
Look at all those
She avoids
advantages.
the woman.
For however many books you're buying, can I have a D100? They're gonna be 1 credit each because they're consumable. But can I have a 1 D100 each just to know the subject matter of what you're collecting is?
How many books are we buying?
Just get like
10?
10, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
10 D100s, please.
Ben just walked in and just grabbed the first 10 books. Didn't look at what they were.
Gotta be one of these.
Yeah, no, she wasn't reading shit. She was like, "Sounds good. I'm judging books by their covers. Let's go."
You know, if you rolled the same number 10 times, you would have just grabbed the same issue of this, or like 10 issues of the same book.
Volume 1, Volume 1.
It's
volume
book
1.
club night. I don't know what to tell you. We have one book and it's book club night.
I don't think you rolled the same number at all.
At all, yeah,
Good job.
that is true. Okay, I'll,
Nice.
you have a
It's
collection
Ben's
of books.
diverse taste.
Books. All of the covers are fairly invocative. We can discuss them if people want to start reading books. Okay, so you return to the ship. What are you doing for the rest of the days?
I'm reading my new book.
Your new individual book or your new collection of books?
My new individual book.
Okay. Oh, well, I remember. Talon, they come back with a pile of books for you.
No, okay.
Thoughts?
Not many.
Opinions?
And prayers.
Yeah.
Does M3 have an opinion on the books that are currently in the ship's library?
No, he doesn't read.
Okay. Sure.
Strong stance for a droid to take.
Well,
Not read. You just kind of like plug information into them, and they're like, you know this now. Are you gonna plug the porn books into them?
in theory, I
that's a choice
guess.
he's
It
got to
could
make.
be really funny if we did, though. Just think about it.
No, that's bad. Bad touch. Don't touch me.
So anyway,
TBT to the Wookiee porn library.
Bishop, I recall you had something you wanted to do.
Yes, while they're gathering books and everything, and like repairing the ship or building out the ship, I want to figure out who the heck we just got into bed with. So can I go through, like, just go not talk to this guy, but through the streets and see like where he just has like fingers and stuff. I don't want to like get into his business because I feel like that'd be bad. But I want to see where his business is.
So I will say, right, if you wanted to do this from a what do I know standpoint, that's an underworld check, right? If you want to do what you're suggesting, which is investigating the area, that would also be streetwise.
I would
And it's not mutually exclusive. You can do one and the other. It's just if you wanted to just see what you knew or what other players knew, it's underworld. If you want to actually do the footwork, it's underworld. Sorry, it's streetwise.
I'd probably start then ask around, see what anybody knows about this guy, and then go about walking the streets. I think is how I'm gonna approach this.
Okay. So anyone who's interested in the party can roll a knowledge underworld check. Emmy, just based on your knowledge of this person, you are the exception to that. You're not allowed to make this roll.
Well, obviously, because this man's just on the up and
Seems
up.
fair. Seems
Yeah.
fair.
Any of us can do that?
Yeah.
Yay.
Not bad.
You
Okay.
got 2 successes,
I
Derek.
know, it's a miracle. It's a freaking miracle.
God, everyone knock on wood.
Okay. Kat, are you jumping on that one or no?
I did forget to roll. I'm probably going to
You
fail.
guys hate you.
Oh.
You really know something.
No, we all know things.
And Murder, I
Yay.
assume you're opting out?
Yeah, no, ignorance is bliss. I don't want
Okay.
to know things I should know.
Okay. So I will
Because if
say,
I know, they'll know that I know, and then I'll know that they'll know that I know that they know that I know, and I'll lose sleep over it.
I appreciate that you neurotically explained what plausible deniability is. Good job, Murder. So, Kat, what you know is that he has some underworld connections, and for the love of the Force, you don't want to interact with him in any way, shape, or form. Dumark and Siren Just based on the amount of money he's throwing around, he's either just won the lottery, or he's clearly got his finger in a lot of different pots. That doesn't necessarily mean, that he's like a crime lord or anything like that. He could potentially just be like a middleman who's getting a fairly substantial passive income from just overseeing a bunch of different jobs. Alternatively, he could be like very low in a criminal organization and he could just be skimming, and that's potentially not good. But even with two successes, you don't know exactly how deep it is. You just know that it's probably like medium. But like, if he's higher up, he doesn't put his he doesn't make a lot of public moves if that's the case, because with the amount of success you had, if he was someone like Jabba the Hutt, you'd know where he is just because of how public crime lords generally are.
Gotcha. Okay.
So
Yeah, I think.
you'd now like to do the footwork?
Yeah, I think so. That makes me feel a little better. But I think he still wants to do the footwork and try to see what he can dig up.
So how passive do you want the footwork to be?
Pretty. I don't, because I know the dangers of getting too deep into people's business.
So I'll put it this
if I
way: the more passive you are, the harder the check is.
Sure.
But the lower the chance of something bad happening is. But if you want to be super aggressive, those won't be purples you're playing with; those will be reds.
Sure.
Is that sure you want to be aggressive or passive?
No. We'll play. Look, we just have things sort of going right for us. I'm not gonna fuck it up, but
Okay.
I'll play passive and see what I can get. If I can't get anything, then we'll just operate as is.
Okay. You may roll streetwise.
Sounds good. Nope.
Oof.
I want to say, for the record, that's a very passable check for what they rolled.
It was. Oh.
And I think, I could be wrong, but I think you rolled a 1 on the D12 that is the yellow dice, because I think they only have one face, that's only like one advantage.
Okay.
Yeah, like everyone in town seems to like him.
Wonderful. Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna press right now.
Yeah.
Perhaps later when I feel safer. But we finally found a planet we can stop on. So.
Yep, that's fair. So, unless there's anything else, the end of the week will come, and you guys are free to go. The ship is done. You haven't been given any ultimatums, or you haven't been implored to do anything as of yet. If you would like if you guys are lost for directions, you would be informed that he has a contact on the wheel, which is a giant trading hub not too far from where you guys are. But on the other end, you guys can do whatever you want. Allegedly.
Team huddle. Do we want to talk about this?
Like,
What
all
did you
right, but
find
very
out?
touching.
Yeah.
On this guy, I found out nothing. Nothing that we didn't already know.
He's really nice.
That seems to be the general consensus of everyone I've talked to.
I think everyone's thinking too much about the strings that are definitely not attached to this whole situation.
But he's not giving us anything he wants us to do yet, so I guess we need to figure out what we want to do. We've been running since we've met. And I guess this is the first time we don't really have to. I'm pretty open to suggestions right now.
Well, I know that Talon has some things she wants to sort out. I do as well. I don't mind doing jobs in the meantime.
Did either
I
of you
don't-
have any real leads? Places to look?
I don't know, do I have a lead?
No.
Probably not. No. I mean, the problem is, Imperial officers kind of scattered to the winds.
Like, if you wanted to brute force the puzzle, you could go to Coruscant, break into the Imperial Palace, access the Imperial Archive, and do it that way.
We don't have a big enough battering ram to brute force that.
You have an entire ship.
We do, but they have more.
We crash into there, get into the archive.
It's just like the beginning of Star Wars: The Old Republic, or Star Wars: The Old Republic, where Darth Maul crashes the ship into the Jedi Temple.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're in. It's worked once before.
Like, there is a direct approach to any problem. Like, you can take it. I'm not recommending it, but on the other hand, they wouldn't see it coming.
Like, I bet,
to
yeah.
get in the archives and find a way out.
We would also like to escape
That's true.
from Coruscant, so there's the rub.
Well, you've already been given one ship for free. What's the chance? Like, you'll probably get a second one for free, right?
No.
Call him up, like, how about 2 ships? We're gonna ram one into, like, the
We need a
archives.
backup.
So, long story short, I don't have any leads, so I don't mind sitting on this for a bit. Do you have any leads, Talon?
Not at the moment.
I'll give you the
What
suggestion I gave to Angel as well. You could go to the Imperial Palace, like ram into the Imperial Palace, go into the archive, and find what you need to find.
It's tempting, but I don't think so at this moment in time.
I look at Bedia. Do you have something that you want to do? She fell asleep, didn't she?
Did you?
Benny is
Ah, well.
What about you, Emphal?
Hold on, there's a check involved here.
What do
Let
you
me
want?
remove the difficulty. Okay, you may roll. Kat, you there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Woke her up.
Good morning.
Did we wake you up?
No. I am drifting, but no.
Yeah, Kat, if you need the night off, you can have it.
No, I'm fine.
Oh, okay, that's convincing.
Fuck off.
Okay.
Consider yourself convinced.
Okay. I'll change my offer. If at any point you fall asleep, I will kick you from the chat so you can stay asleep.
This is no longer
Sounds
a
good.
threat.
Okay. Murder, you pass the check. Spill your heart out.
What do you want?
It's M3. It's not M4.
Not yet.
Oh.
It's M4 now. You have a problem with that?
I guess
Fuck,
not.
he just breaks down.
I apologize, M3. What do you want to do? Something? Do you have a goal that you want to accomplish?
Well, I fancy some money, wouldn't I?
Yeah.
And now that Ben is awake, what about you? Do you want to do something? Do you have a goal you need to accomplish?
Like, I would be interested in knowing why the fuck people hate my name now. I'm not going to lie. But that's just something I'm going to have to deal with. No, just more bounties, I guess. I'll pop into the guild.
Sounds like we all need to make some money then. And
Always.
connections.
Yeah,
Money
I
and
don't-
connections.
I don't have too many of the latter, so probably not a bad idea.
Or the former.
Or the former.
Yeah, we have
Says
neither
Crude
money
in
nor connection.
Trandoshan from the other side of the room.
Oh yeah, you're here.
Yeah, I definitely don't have any connections.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody just slowly turns to look at you.
Looks down at the ship.
How was I supposed to know?
She's terrified of
It's
Talon.
a mob boss.
Like in M3's mind, Talon is the type of person that disappears people.
All right.
No,
So-
Talon has people for that.
Yeah, no. Talon's people have people for that.
I don't have people.
You do.
Oh boy.
All right. Well, it sounds like we probably need to go somewhere with a lot of people, a big hub of some kind, and start there. Look for leads.
Okay. That hub would be the wheel. It is for those who are interested, it's a giant space station. This is what it looks like. It's a huge trading hub. It essentially is where a lot of core sectors bring stuff for the Outer Rim to buy it from without kind of going into planetary governments. It is. I would describe it as a mega structure because it is it's a giant space station that has like a crew of over 10,000 kind of manning it. It is. If the black market was a space station, it's the wheel. So, it's not just for trade. It's also it's kind of like Space Vegas. It's where a lot of people go and have holidays. But where it's useful for you guys is that there's a lot of legal and illegal jobs going through at any point in time. Now, where you guys are on the map, it's going to take you a small amount of time to get there. You guys are at Lentilles, no snapping to the grid. You guys would have to go up through here to the wheel. That's 3,100 parsecs away. So that's about a week and a half of flying.
Question.
Yep.
I thought we locked it in that we were getting like a pilot NPC from this guy.
You did.
But that might just. Where is he?
Well, so he has you people who've been spending all their time on the ship during the week have probably interacted with him. He has been
No, thanks.
okay. Well, Murder, that's why you don't know who he is.
I just want to know where he is, not who he is.
Okay. Yeah, he's been in the cockpit. He's been overseeing the refit of the ship. If anyone asks for how much does he cost, what's his payment and stuff, the summary is he's been paid for 6 months of work. So you guys have him until that's up.
And then hopefully at that point we'll have learned how to fly.
Maybe he can teach us.
He would rather that not be the case, but if that is what is required, then that is part of the job.
He'd rather just not help it.
Stuff out of a job.
He wants us to re-up his contract, is what
yes.
I'm hearing.
No, he wants to do his job and then get out of Dodge.
Sorry to say, friend, you're stuck with us forever.
That's true. No.
Nope.
His work.
We absorb NPCs like a black hole.
Nope,
Once they're in our orbit, they're not leaving.
Nope, he's a pilot. His talent is flying away from things. That includes you when
Too
6
bad.
months have passed.
Well, I don't know. Fergus, Sath.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. But there are those two were necessary.
That's
Uh,
true.
So
Okay.
this guy, Jim Bob or whatever his name is.
What's a pilot's name?
No, I said Jim Bob or whatever his name is.
Oh, you're being mean to
I
the
would
pilot.
like to know the pilot's name.
I didn't ask his name. I assumed it.
Okay, so Murder, just you don't know what his name is. You haven't interacted with him. Anyone who isn't afraid of social encounters, this is his name. I'll post it.
It's a Star Wars name.
Oh, it is a Star Wars name.
Yeah, that's a Star Wars name right there.
Ran Falcor. I can remember that one.
Yeah. Like I don't
Three-letter
know.
first name and a bunch of nonsense.
I don't know how it is meant to be pronounced, but my pronunciation of that is Ran Falcor.
Seems reasonable.
I looked at that. It's like, hey, that's somewhat pronounceable.
Good enough.
Okay. Yeah. He essentially his contract is to make sure the ship is in one piece and to fly it around. He is willing to do stuff that isn't that, but ideally you guys will have him do the bare minimum.
Got it.
Fair enough.
If that's what he's comfortable with.
Yeah. And in theory, he doesn't want to leave the ship for the next 6 months, but if you guys require him, it's not up to him.
Like we're
God,
gonna be
same.
docked places. You can have like vacation days and stuff.
I would,
Nope.
I would encourage you to have other social interactions with people that aren't us during this 6 months.
Nope, he's brought a good book. He's fine.
Fair enough. We also have
Live-
other books.
live your
if
bliss,
you would
man.
like other books.
Just one book
Oh, it's a
for
good
6
book.
months.
It's a big
For
book.
6 months.
He's a slow reader.
Oh, no.
It's a good book, and he's a slow reader. Good enough.
That's during his fucking interview. I brought a book. Don't worry, just one book. It's a good book.
How will you
But for
entertain yourself
6
while
months,
driving
I'm a
them?
slow reader.
I brought a book.
Yeah. No, he has his own stuff, but essentially part of his contract is he has to make sure the ship is ready for you whenever you need it. So he's not going for long walks on the beach for 2 weeks while you guys are dicking around in a forest, just in case you guys need rescuing.
Fair enough. We do
In his
usually need
defense, if we
rescuing.
called him and he said he was on the beach, we would be mad.
I'm gonna go to the beach.
Okay. So, is there anything else you guys want to do on Lantilles before you guys spend a week and a half going to the wheel?
Nah. I think I'm alright.
No.
Like, were you saying no, you don't need to, Kat, or were you saying no to what Derek said?
No, Derek, you're not fine. You need something now. Think of what it is. No, we're all good.
Okay. So, hey, Emmy,
Yes.
how do you feel like rolling a D100 for me?
Solid number.
Okay, let me just bring up my encounter book. Actually, while we're moving around, I'll put you guys on the ship map so you guys can kind of decide where you guys, where you want, what room you want, etc.
Sure.
Is there enough rooms for us all to have our own room?
I don't know. I haven't counted.
3, 4.
Not enough for each our own room, but we don't have to like
Well-
sleep whatever the Navy does.
Hot racking.
Thank you.
I'll note just for the record, each of these is a bunk bed.
I was hoping for our own rooms, but it's fine.
Well, you can make Crid sleep in the corridor.
No, that's not very nice.
Well, he's only a lizard.
That's not what my character would think at all.
Oh, you're being awfully blue.
Well, I mean, you can think he's a lizard because he is.
Reptilian.
Okay.
Where's engineering?
think it's on
Bottom
the
floor back.
So that's where is that where M4 lives?
Yes,
Uh,
preferably alone.
he
cozy little
lives
nook.
within arm's reach of a PowerPoint. Okay. Here we
So
go.
like here, did I mess it up?
I'm quickly getting my space book out, so I'll be 1 moment.
We have an armory, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Also known as a walk-in freezer. That's a joke, but it could be if you guys wanted a walk-in freezer.
Where do you guys
Just
put
to-
all your guns? to
Honestly,
walk
if
in
we have an
freezer?
armory, I might drop some stuff off. I'm always carrying like so many freaking guns. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe I'm fine right now.
Here we go. Here we go. I was finding the name of a book, which I have a lot. Like I have too many Star Wars books because I have all the raw ones, including the homebrew ones, or third party ones, depending on who you ask. And they're it's quite a list to go through. Anyway, okay, jumping back to the map to answer Murder's question. Murder, technically either of those is engineering. Both of them kind of regulate the power and flow of the engines and the rest of the ship.
Perfect. I can vary it up so that they never know which one I'm in.
Yeah, and I'll just note for the record, for those who want to kind of understand the science of Star Wars a little bit better, how their ships work when you're in this size and smaller. Their ships have very small batteries but powerful engines. So when you want to have your shields up or your life support or whatever, you need the engines running because that's a primary power generator. So kind of think of it like a car. But when you get to much bigger sizes like frigates and cruisers, battleships and stuff, they have giant reactors instead of which power the ship instead of the engines.
Gotcha.
So
Our ship relies a lot on like an alternator, basically.
yeah, essentially. And if you guys look on the second story of the ship, the little section back here, that's your shuttle. The ship comes equipped with a shuttle, which has its own stat block, which we can talk about if you guys want to talk about. But essentially, you guys have a... actually, I'll make both of these sheets visible to you guys, so you guys can... oh, they are. Okay, so I'll put them in your folder, though. If you guys look at Party Shuttle or Party 3's ship, which will have to be named at some point, which I believe was the homework I gave you, but that's fine. Yeah, those are the stat blocks of the two things. If you ever lose your shuttle, it's worth 22,000 credits. Good luck. But yeah, so you've got a ship and you have one shuttle. It can only park there. That's the only socket for it to land on. But if you guys ever need to go to a planet but don't want to land, that's how you can do it. In theory, in combat, you can use the shuttle separate from the ship if you want to, but that's risky for whoever's flying it. Okay. So, Talon, is your room the land room?
No, it's not. I was gonna let everyone else choose where they're going for a. It's Everyman still with us?
No, last session you guys didn't pick him up from the other ship.
I thought he wanted to stay with the captain.
It has been 2 weeks, so my memory's a little bit foggy. I did remember that you guys weren't picking him up from the other ship. That may have been the reason, but it's been 2 weeks. My brain is pudding. So I don't know, but yeah. So while I remember, the way you access your shuttle if you want to use it is on the bottom floor. There's a ladder in between the 2 engineering rooms, and that ladder goes into the bottom of your shuttle. So if you guys are coming in from your shuttle, you'll come in on the bottom floor in that ladder. If you want to go onto it, it's the same way. But when you're landing your shuttle on a planet, it does have a backdoor hatch. It's just that doesn't work on the ship just because of available space. So, Unless there's any other ship-related questions, we'll go to what Emmy rolled on the D100.
Sounds good.
Okay. So, a few days into your journey, when you guys are waiting at a hyperspace build to redirect yourselves, who in the ship would probably spend the most time orbiting the census station? Angel? Okay. Angel, not too close to the buoy, just kind of at the edge of passive sensor range, you would detect there is a Silhouette 1 object drifting in space. It is metallic. You can investigate it or ignore it.
It's not powered up or anything.
Nope. You're detecting that it's a metallic mass. There is no active power sources that are detectable at this range.
I will tell my group about it and let us decide as a party.
So it's just a big metal blob right now, like
Well,
a
so
hole in the
it's
ship or
Silhouette
something
1.
like that?
So Silhouette 1 is the size of a person or a speeder bike. So in D&D terms, it's a medium-sized object.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I don't think anything of that size can hurt us, probably. This is a bomb that's that big.
Yeah, Ran would bring up the idea, space mine.
Okay, well that
Can
could
our
do it.
sensors do anything to figure out a little bit more about this before
Not
we
at this
pursue
range.
it further?
You guys would have to get closer to get more information.
How much closer?
Well, it's currently at long range too. You'd have to get what do your sensors say? Party free ship. You'd have to get within short range of it, so you'd have to get within a kilometer of it.
And if we just ignore it, will we do what we need to do before he gets to us?
Yeah, it's not moving. Like if you ignore it, you can just.
Perfect. Let's do
like,
that.
Ran is of the same idea as you are. It's like, hey, not our problem, right, everyone? Right?
Well, Ran, I actually have a question. How this may be a question of your piloting skills a bit. How close can you get to a space mine without it going off?
Now, is your question how comfortable I am getting close to it, or how close can I get to it?
My question is, can you get close enough to identify it without it blowing up?
All things being equal, I could get close enough that we could wind down the window and slap it. But I don't want to do that because I value my
we don't
life
have to get that
and
close.
several of your lives.
Yeah, we don't have to get that close. I just want to get close enough that we can maybe see what this is. It's my thought. I mean, if everyone wants to just go around it, I mean, it's a metal hunk in space. We can move around it. But I'm kind of curious. Last time we stopped for something that was, a wreck in space, it turned out pretty good for us. So
I'm curious, so I'd like to at least see what it is. If it's just a rock, we can continue on. If it's a mine, we can run away, right?
In theory.
Why do you phrase it in theory? Like in theory, what else?
It could be like a homing mine or a magnetic mine or whatever. I don't know.
Or a space monster.
Yeah,
Well,
maybe it's a
I
giant
didn't
metal
realize
space
we
monster.
need-
So go
Yeah,
ahead.
I didn't
Kat.
realize we needed this wisdom, but let's not poke space mines.
Yeah, I'm inclined to say just avoid it.
Okay, so that's 2 against it. 3 against it with murder. Crid is for it. He doesn't get a vote though because he's an NPC, but Crid is for it because Crid's for any level adventure.
Creed is aware that this is a bad idea and wants in.
Yeah, the pilot's against it. He also doesn't get a vote because he's an NPC. Now, I will say
if
at
we wanna
some
leave it
point,
alone,
you guys
that's
can
fine.
nominate NPCs, get votes, but until that happens, my assumption is they have an opinion, but not a vote. So with that in mind, it's 3 opposed, 2 fours, so avoiding the The problem is apparently the party's opinion on this.
Sounds good.
Did I do a self backwards? I did do a self backwards. No, that's correctly. Sorry, I was just making sure I had a token set up correctly. So with that in mind, you go into the hyperspace jump without any issue. Emmy, D100. I'll note for the record so you don't have to worry, Emmy. It's not once per day, it's once every few days. You know, you're allowed to roll above 40.
I don't do it often.
There's another hunk of
anymore.
metal in space.
Okay,
I
so
do it often.
as you guys come out of hyperspace at the next buoy, you guys would be aware of a very large asteroid field kind of surrounding the buoy.
Is it normal to put a buoy in an asteroid field?
No.
The pilot will answer that after doing his piloting check not to ram you into an asteroid.
Yeah, no. Hard no. It's like running face first into buckshot.
Yeah, like you think something would have happened here somewhat recently for there to be a asteroid field. So you think like maybe like a large asteroid or a meteor or something was broken, or someone's trying to cripple ships or something like that. But this isn't natural.
So, should we get on the guns and try and shoot some of them out of the way?
No,
Does that work, or does that just make smaller chunks for us?
I
no,
don't
that
know.
that
That's
does.
why I'm asking.
That does work. I just need to set up the difficulty for the pilot for the initial exit from hyperspace. Because you guys, if this goes poorly enough, you guys don't have a ship when you leave hyperspace. I don't think that's the case here. I want to clarify. I'm just saying, in theory, that is a possibility, all things being equal.
Great campaign,
okay.
guys.
This was
So
Good hustle out there, gang.
BLK.
GG.
Free BLK. Now, it's a little bit more likely in your ship than it is in other ones, because your ships are good at a lot of things. One of the detriments is it's a very hard to drive ship because it has a negative free handling.
Didn't get a fucking pilot that can undo that.
So he has features, just not that one.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
So he has he kind of has like the NPC features. He didn't get all the things that kind of build to the latter ones, but he has like a once per session reroll and the ability to do piling checks as a bonus action instead of an action. There's other stuff, but that's irrelevant stuff here. Okay, so okay, that will be the difficulty of the check. Okay. Okay, so because he's not dumb, he's not going to come out of hyperspace at maximum speed, so this shouldn't be too bad. In theory.
We have a blue because one of us is, well, we have like 18 half pilots.
Okay, as long as someone puts their hand up to say, "Hey, I'm the person who's been hanging out with the pilot this time."
I'll do
hang
it.
out with him.
Okay, both of you are hanging out with the
Okay.
pilot. Look, there are
Is
seats in the
anybody-
bridge. Yep.
Is anybody good with the guns? Because once we are aware,
Oh shit. Okay, yeah, no, I'll be there.
Potentially.
Talon, you've got the pilot. I'll be there.
Okay, so
All right.
let's roll.
Son of a fucking, this guy sucks.
No.
Okay, so we're gonna use that one.
where's the blue dice?
Oh, did that not add itself? Oh, hang on. This could be the one time blue dice mattered. It didn't. Okay.
No.
No.
So we're gonna
No.
use our once per session reroll.
Mm.
Okay.
Not a bad idea.
That will. Yeah, we have blue to that. Okay. This
Oh,
time
thanks,
we
sweet
pass.
baby Jesus.
Okay.
We crashed your ship.
Now, I'll say for the record, for those who are wondering about those difficulties, three of those black are just from the ship, 3 of them are for the asteroid field, and the purple is generated by what speed you're flying through it, which is speed 1, which is the slowest the ship can fly. Okay. That maneuver will add 1 strain to the ship just because you guys rolled a threat. There will be one more check to get out of there. If you guys want, before we do that, you guys can try and shoot some asteroids to make the check easier on him.
Yeah. And
Is it-
gunnery.
He's a gunnery. Okay, then someone else
Yeah.
should do it because I'm not very good at gunnery.
So,
I got 3 greens.
for those who want to shoot stuff, there are 3 different gunnery weapons on the ship. If you open the ship sheet, you'll see them. One person can only occupy 1 gun at a time. The weapons you have are a can face any direction turret, a always facing backwards turret, and always facing forwards turret. So 3 people can do this. So who do you want on what turret?
It sounds like it's me and Dumac and Ben.
Let's do it.
'Cause we all have 3 greens.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So what you do here is you add your name to the weapon you're using. I'm doing that for the moment. Okay, so it might not work if your name isn't written there exactly correctly. I think I have done that. If that's not the case, we'll know in a moment. Yeah. So now open up the ship sheet if you didn't have it open. You need to. Let me just get this.
Is
set
it the
up
top of the 2 rolls for your gun?
Yeah, you click gunnery, not NPC roll. So when you're ready, I need the 3 of you to, from the ship sheet, click on the weapon that you're attached to, and then click the first of the 2 rolling buttons.
It's not this ship.
Okay,
Can't
someone's
find
name.
character.
Okay,
It's me.
one of you wasn't set up correctly. Angel,
It
could
might
you?
be me.
Well, so, Kat, did you try to fire, or you haven't done that yet?
Sorry, I couldn't find it for a second.
Okay, that's all right.
Like,
That
I
means
missed,
I've got
but-
Angel's name wrong. Okay, Angel, how did I get your name
Fair
wrong?
enough.
I don't
Let's-
know, because
Okay, I'm
It's
doing a
right.
test shot. Okay, oh, it might not believe
It's
in
probably
brackets.
the brackets. Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's the brackets again. Because Gamma's always messed up when he had brackets.
Okay,
Oh,
Angel, I'm stealing your brackets for a moment, and I'm going to replace them with square brackets, and I'm just going to change. I have to change on your sheet because your sheet is what it actually cares about. So I'm changing it on your sheet, then I'm changing it on the thing, and I'm seeing if that makes a difference. Okay, it works now. You may now click. I'm sorry, you now have square brackets forever. Melody, you'll have to change yours to square brackets as well.
No, this isn't a solidarity thing. I don't have to do shit.
Did you roll that from your sheet or from the ship?
oh, I rolled it from my sheet.
Go to the ship. The roll is slightly different, or it should be in theory. Okay. Okay, Kat, you missed. Dumark, you hit. You are going to generate strain for the ship though, but that's all right. And Angel, you hit. Murder linked is 2 advantages, right?
Yep.
Okay. So, that will be 2 blue dice for the pilot. Angel, you can spend your advantage to also give the pilot a blue dice, so that'll be 3.
He may have it.
Okay, and
And then another blue dice since Talon is
yeah,
chilling.
yep. Okay, so Murder, is there anything you want to try and do to aid in this?
No.
Okay.
I don't know what to do. That wasn't me being like, no, we're fine. I don't really know what the fuck
If you
I could
want,
do.
you could tell me a mechanics space check of something you want to do to maybe make it easier. You know, diverting power to the forward shields, boosting the engine somehow. Like,
I think with how my rolls have been, it's better not off, not.
okay,
I'm just gonna.
okay. Here's the.
You're such a cock.
I am, but I have to. Ooh, interesting.
This guy's fucking worthless.
So, Hang on.
God,
let
I
me
want
open
him
some-
dead before those 6 months are up.
That's fine. Okay. Uh. Okay.
He's trying his best. M3.
So
That was an M3. That was murder.
That's so many dice.
he has those black dice were so mean. He also rolled really poorly, which really didn't help. But the red dice didn't help. Anyway, so as he's flying through the asteroid field, he does get near the very edge of it. But as he's trying to get past the last big asteroid, it moves in a way that he didn't anticipate. It seems to that asteroid seems to have some. It doesn't seem to be an entire asteroid. There seems to be it seems to have an additional weight to it or a hollowness to it that makes it move in a way the computer didn't inform him. So you guys are going to take a ship crit. It's not going to be a big one, and a little bit of damage. Okay. You guys will have managed to have left it. That's a crit that will have to be fixed by Murder and with some time. Everyone on the ship will take 4 points of strain. And Murder, seeing that you're currently not occupying a station, I'll say that you're near the sensor station. You'd be aware that the asteroid that the ship just glanced off, there seems to be a lot of non-natural metals on it. Potentially an outpost or a base. Or like a crash ship or something like that.
Amazing. Do they seem agitated by the collision?
You don't detect any life. Like there's no atmosphere down there. There's no you're not detecting it like a humans or any atmosphere. Is there artificial gravity? It seems if there's something there, it's not doing that. Or that they have such advanced cloaking technology that they've hidden all of that. It's one of those two.
Like in the meta, the second one is more plausible because you're an asshole, but in character,
That is true.
But in character, he wouldn't know. And he
So-
doesn't want to play the fuck around and find out game. So he's going to ignore it again.
Okay, you don't want to relay that to anyone?
No.
Okay, not a problem. So after
Because they're just going to have a vote again. Like, oh, should we check it out? No, we shouldn't.
So, with that in mind, while the ship did take a bit of damage, you guys have managed to get out of the field alive, which is cool. Until that crit is healed, the ship won't have forward shields, but that's only relevant if you guys want to take it into combat.
Cool. Cool.
And in theory, so you have no forward shields, but you have 3 points of shield, so you can move to other things. So you can decide that's like, okay, I want forward shield more than I want aft shield, so I'm going to move my aft shields forwards. But anyway, you guys are on the other side of the field. Murder, you don't bring that up, so you guys can just wait until you make the jump, and we can jump to Emmy's last D100 roll.
Son of a bitch.
I will say when we're not like worried about possible space mines or these shenanigans, Siren is trying to study this book.
Okay, I will say it is a very poorly written book. Not because I'm going to rephrase that. It is written by someone so long ago that it's very hard to read. It's not impossible to read. You think he should have hired an editor for his book because there's a lot of jargon in there, but you think once you read it and then maybe give it a second go through, you'll probably understand it better than you did the first time through. The author makes the mistake of referring to a lot of people only by their first name. So as you're going through the book, it's like, okay, you know, the name comes up, you're like, who the fuck was that? Why is he talking about them in this way?
He's talked about John 8 times, and I think they're all different Johns.
Or, you know, it's John, and then this might also be John, but he called him Smith this time.
And the perspective changes from like first person to third person all the time.
I hate that.
Like, again, you think the information in this is useful, you just don't think it was written well. Okay, Emmy, last
Can I tell you
thing
something?
Oh, go ahead.
I'm 98% sure that happened in Gamma's book, the switching.
I wouldn't know, I haven't read it.
Anyway.
Anyway.
It just keeps getting lower, guys. I don't know what to say.
Gonna need you to clutch up on this one.
I wasted my 99 last session on having all my family be like very powerful criminal underworld people. So
That's
true.
Downhill from here.
pretty useful. That's pretty useful.
It was a 99 well spent.
Okay, hang on.
I also rolled too good last Thursday, so I think this is my penance.
Oh yeah, no, you're making up for
fair.
it.
Perfectly balanced as all things should be.
Okay. So, at this point, you're kind of like a day away from the wheel. I want to clarify. You know, you've run into a lot of things on your way here. It's you know, it's a pretty active hyperspace lane. We haven't been talking about all the buses you guys have been passing. So that there hasn't been anything super notable. However, on this hyperspace jump, while you're waiting for the engines to kind of go through a cooling cycle and playing out the next jump, about halfway to the next, to have done its cycle, a ship would have come out of hyperspace relatively near you. Is anyone going to not mind their business?
I'm good.
I mean, I want to look at it.
By near us, is it sensor range or no?
Because you have to be near the buoy to do all the hyperspace jumps, so it's within short range of you.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Like,
Okay.
it's not aggressively looking at you or anything, and like it's not actively scanning you.
What kind of ship is it?
If I can just give you the answer, if you want to actively scan it, which it will be where you did that. If you just want to passively scan it and look at it, there'll be a check, which will be I believe a knowledge warfare check.
I would
That's
like to
not me.
passively scan it for the time being.
Okay.
Knowledge warfare.
Yep, I'll set that up. Anyone who wants to can jump onto this knowledge check as well.
I'll give it a try.
Like, what can you lose?
So much.
Okay.
Is that everybody?
Talon got it.
Yeah, Talon got it somehow.
I'm glad Talon got it.
It's because
Talon got a headache, is what Talon got.
Talon's like, oh, I know what that ship is. My family has a ton of them. Ow! Why did I remember that?
No. So
My
Talon
morals.
works
Ow, those
out
hurt.
what it is. The issue is as it she sees it. Yeah, can't put a finger to it. As she kind of walks through the ship thinking about it, it occurs to her right as she's walking through a doorway and she hits her head on the top of it. Wow. Of course, that's what it is. Okay, so how well did you pass? I mean, you passed pretty well. Emmy, that would be a Aurora class frigate, right? Which is not a specific, not like an illegal class of ship or anything. However, it is definitely a illegal variant of it because it's covered in a bunch of we'll call it less than legal weapons. Looking at it, you think it's probably associated with the Black Sun. And also, you got 2 successes. As far as you know, that's a slaver ship.
Yeah, I'll tell the gang this and all this info.
That's awful. I'll make sure to vote against it in the next election. Slavery, I mean.
Which election, out of curiosity, matter?
Yeah.
The Alliance one.
It's already...
Like any of them, really. They have a whole council of people, so I'll vote for one of them, one of the senators that's against slavery.
Okay.
He's doing his part, is how he views it, sure.
Yeah, I guess, Matter. You know, good job for being a moral person.
Exactly.
How big is this ship?
It's one size bigger than you, but you're an example of something about as big as it can get in your size. It's an example of something that could be as small as it could be in its size.
Okay, better question, I guess. We kind of comfortably fit our sized crew. And just looking at it, how many people do you think it could fit?
That's a really good question.
I'm just thinking, you know.
So it could be operated with a single individual, but ideally it would have a crew of 3 or more. And if it was converted for like mass slave holding, you could probably hold 20, 30 slaves. If you guys want to actively scan it, and assuming it doesn't have like a shielded cargo bay, you'd be able to get a better number on how many slaves there are in there.
I wouldn't mind doing that because this is not sitting well with Talon's conscience.
Oh, is it not?
No, I normally if it was Selwyn, that's their business.
Yeah, slave.
Yeah,
owners,
so
they're
it's
business.
all
Selwyn
bets
of this
are off.
party.
But Talon's like, no, this is a little bit sus. I'm not gonna lie to you all. It's a smidge sus.
I'm not a fan.
Well, I will say, if you scan it, it's not necessarily the start of combat, but it is. Some people don't take kindly to being scanned.
It's a slaver ship. They're not gonna take kindly to it.
I'm gonna say if we're gonna scan it, let's wait until it's not in front of us. Let's wait till it's beside us so they can't shoot us in the front.
I'll note, just because I don't know if we've necessarily talked about this this section of the rules. What shields do on spaceships is they add black dice to attacks that are coming in from that direction, right? So you guys generally have 1 point of shields in all directions you can be attacked in, which, as far as the game is concerned, that's port, starboard, aft, and forward. Now, currently, because of your crit, when you activate your shields, you can't generate 4 points of shield. You can only generate 3 points of shield. So wherever you face them, you're going to have a point that isn't covered. So that doesn't have to be forwards. That can be aft or starboard or port or whatever. And as Murder can attest, shields are nice, but they're generally not like battle winners because it's only a black dice on an attack that they're generating.
It's not make or break, honestly.
Yeah, shields are like poor man's armor.
Okay. Getting the dogfight rules.
Well, generally, I'd prefer not to make dogs fight.
You don't take Pongo to the ring?
Nope.
Okay, I guess we'll vote against it in the next election.
Yeah, animal cruelty is a horrible thing.
Or
Yeah, the
against animal
Republic
cruelty
really should
and
get on that.
slavery. I think we're very progressive here.
These are solid positions we've took.
It's a good campaign
Okay.
platform, really.
Like, we don't ask for much. We just ask for no slavery and no animal cruelty.
Okay. Okay. Are we picking a fight?
I think
No.
we're risking one doing this. Not
Well,
opposed.
currently we've done nothing and risked nothing.
I will say, just for the record, those who track morality, you will be taking conflict for not doing anything. You don't have to do something.
You can suck my dick, Pat.
But you do take a conflict point for ignoring this sort of stuff.
They might as well take a conflict point for existing every day.
They kind of do.
There's a big
depending on what they do.
difference
Well, they're not
between ignoring a
politicians.
rock floating through the sky and ignoring a slave ship murder.
Not what I was referring to.
But okay. So we want to fight. Cool. Can we?
A good question.
Uh,
Probably the better question.
We
So,
don't we
we've-
haven't scanned their ship, so we don't know its capabilities.
I will say, just looking at it, right, it has a forward-facing like quad laser cannon. It does have a missile launcher, and it seems to have a mine layer. Now, those are more useful when you're setting up a fight, not being thrown into one. They, in theory, can be used. Just it's not easy. The main thing you'd probably want to avoid is a missile launcher. But all their weapons seem to be forward-facing, with the exception of the mind layer. But again, that's a can of worms that might not even play into this. On your end, like if you wanted to double your damage output, you could technically put your pilot in the shuttle, and he could use that because it has its own weapons and stuff. But like you guys do a reasonable amount of damage with your attacks, and unlike them, you can attack forward, backwards, and you have a weapon that faces all directions. So
Well,
Okay.
I think our bigger advantage is they're bigger than us, right? A fair bit.
only slightly. They're
Yeah.
a size category bigger than you, but they're only slightly bigger than you because they're a very small thing in their size category.
Would it be easy for them to turn?
Oh, no.
They're a frigate, so
Their ship has the same handling as yours, and you have a relatively good pilot. They're not gonna. You guys have like their turning rate is awful. Like you in theory, if your pilot, there's a maneuver which is in the piloting rules that lets you essentially stay on your target's backside. As long as your pilot can outroll their pilot, they won't be able to fire their weapons at you.
That'd be useful. Is it
okay.
in the system? Is it possible to target engines specifically?
So those are crits and stuff. Like you can crit someone's engines, but you can't say like you track total health and crits. You don't target health of subsystems.
Okay.
If we just
There's-
derelict it, are the slaves on board gonna die?
No.
Okay.
Good enough. Shoot them.
I'm just finding
okay, so
the,
we're choosing to fight.
Space rules.
If we're choosing to fight, let's scan first, just so we know what we're dealing with.
So I will say, if you scan, that might be the thing that starts the fight. Which means that when you start combat, they'll have like their shields up. They'll essentially won't be surprised. If you just start the fight, all of a sudden, they won't. You'll essentially have one attack on them before they can do stuff.
Yeah.
So it's up to you if you want to be more informed
Okay.
or you want to get the element of surprise.
Sorry. Just letting this slide is conflict, but sucker punching them in the back of the head is like, oh, that's bueno.
Listen, the Force gets it. If you didn't want to be sucker punched, you shouldn't be a slaver. It's so
Now-
easy.
I will say
being
there.
a slaver is being like a punch me shirt. Like you
Now-
just have
Yeah,
one
they
of
gotta.
those.
I will say,
You
Moda,
get your slaver jacket, and the jacket has "kick me" sewn in the back.
now, Moda, Murder, you kind of have a point, right? Now, I'm not going to enforce your point because I feel that would be like true of the prequel movies, but not true of the original ones or the books. But in theory, if you wanted to be entirely on the up and up, you'd have to call them and declare that you were going to free their slaves.
They sucker punch people all the time in the prequels.
All I'm gonna
That's
say
almost
is
all
I
they
agree.
do.
I'm agreeing to fight. I'm not necessarily agreeing to fight fair.
I would prefer we didn't.
Can we scan? At what point can we scan? Like, if we didn't want to
Someone
give them
can
a
spend their
warning.
turn in combat to scan.
Okay. Then
So,
I
like,
feel
if
like-
Murder isn't, like, if the ship is fine and Murder's not repairing anything, he can spend a computer's check to scan their ship.
Okay, yeah.
Mine is kind of like our pilot
sure, let's get a
skill
sucker punch
relative.
Okay.
I wasn't objecting. I was saying fine is like our pilot skill, very relative.
That seems all right.
For the record.
Do we want to try to use the shuttle,
Yeah.
or do we just want to try to 1v1
The
here?
shuttle
I do
would
not
be
want to use the shuttle.
Okay.
Yeah, no, the shuttle would be if someone else here was also a pilot and they wanted to like break off on their own.
Yep, that ain't me.
None of
yeah.
us yet.
Nobody here.
All right, I'm gonna go
Okay.
find a gun.
We saw how the bus ended. God's
Okay.
cute little bus.
So,
I cannot believe we're about to piss off the Blue Suns. Fuck our lives. Or
Black
not
Blue
the
Suns
the
would
Black
be Mass
Suns.
Effect, yeah.
I know.
And
That's why
the
I
slavers,
corrected
who gives a
myself.
fuck?
Okay, so
Probably fine.
Like they do.
everyone can quickly recover all the strain they have because all the strain they have is was generated several days ago. And assuming you haven't been like sleep, what's that? It's fine. So, just to discuss what people can do, so we don't have to people don't have to panic on their turn. Cat, Angel, and Bishop are shooting. That leaves Emmy and
Yep.
Murder. Murder, you have the repairing stuff and damage control, including computer checks, sensors, spoofing missiles. Murder, you're more or less familiar with the rules. The question comes to Emmy. What are we gonna do with Talon?
What are my options? Because I could just I could just continue to help the pilot like I did earlier in the asteroid belt.
So,
But if there's something else that's more helpful, I would do that.
if you like, you could technically be in I'm trying to find the name of the thing here. You can do the following things. You could do jamming, which is doing a computer check each round to make it so the guiding quality of missiles can't be used. You can be doing a computer check each round to boost the shields, which mean that the ship can take some system strain in return for the shields being a little bit stronger. You can do fire discipline, which is you doing a discipline or leadership check to make allies better at shooting. Essentially telling them where to fire and directing their combat checks. If you want to do a perception check, you can be perception or computer. You can be scanning the enemy for weaknesses, which will essentially keep every time you do that. That would inform the party of what the health and shield, like the qualities of the other ship is on that round. If you want to do a hard computer check, you can be trying to hack into the enemy computer from here. If you wanted to, if you want to do a very hard computer check, you could technically try to hack into enemy missiles if they're firing them at you and try to redirect them. Do any of those sound appealing to you?
None of the computer ones, because I'm not very computer smart. That may surprise you.
Yep, that's fine.
Probably the perception scanner
Okay, so they'll be scanning the enemy.
around thing.
Yeah. Looking at your skills.
Unless there's something that seems better.
You're very good at punching.
I'm not very good at a lot of ship things at the moment. I will
Throw
say.
Talon at them.
Send me out. I will
put 'em in
tear
a
off their
suit.
weapons. Yeah.
So, yeah, I think perception is probably the thing. Well, so you're actually equal at all of those. So each round we can essentially say, you know, this round I'm doing this or this. You know, you can kind of change your task per turn. So before we do anything else, I'm going to add everyone to the turn order, and you can, if you could roll a cool-based initiative for me.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, I have to roll for Crid. Crid, what do you do? What are you going to do today, mate?
He's gonna go throw himself out there at it.
Yeah, he got this. Put him in the shuttle and just ram.
So, I don't know if this makes sense, but Crid's very good at discipline, so technically he could be in charge of, like, he could be helping people shoot by yelling at you.
Sure.
I thought they didn't share a
In
language. though.
Trandoshan? Sure.
Yeah. It's
feels
Yeah,
all,
bit
that
like-
would make me shoot better.
it's all about the eyebrows, Cat. And his lack thereof. Okay. So, okay, here's the pilot's initiative check. Here's Crid's initiative check. Okay. So the pilot has a 3.1. Crid has a 1.5. Dumark, you have a 0.2, and Angel, you have a 2.2. Okay, so, you guys have not one action each, but one action as a collective you can do on the enemy ship. I suggest that one action you do is someone who's on a turret to take that action. Otherwise, you know, your action is nothing. So I recommend whoever feels the most confident shooting might do that. I'll note for the record, all the guns are essentially the same except for their firing arcs, with the exception of the one Cat's on does slightly more damage. But that's whether or not you want Cat. Like, that's whether or not Cat you want to be the one person doing the role.
I'm willing to. That's
Hey,
fine.
Kat, did
Let's
you
have
shoot
Crid
first?
yelling at her.
I always shoot first, murder.
Good call.
Okay. So everyone who's on a gunnery station, on your sheet at the top, I need you to add 1 point to the left side where it says upgrade. That's an upgrade the ship does. It makes it easier to shoot.
Okay.
The reason I'm not doing this to the dice pool is because that's only for you guys. That won't affect everyone else.
Gotcha.
So.
Not on the ship's sheet, on our sheet.
Yeah, on your sheet.
Okay. Cool.
Ooh.
Cool.
Yeah, no, okay.
Does
do it
that-
on the. You guys will be rolling from the ship sheet. Do it to the ship sheet.
Oh,
No one else is doing
okay.
checks from the ship sheet, so it shouldn't make a difference.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
I need to quickly double check a size category thing because it might be very easy to shoot them in theory. Run combat check with a vehicle weapon. Okay, firing at something that's the same silhouette or one silhouette larger is an average check, which means that it's going to be 2 purples to shoot them, plus no blacks because their shields are down. I won't do the drill sergeant weapon control thing with Crid this round. I will give you a blue dice instead, though, with the idea that he's giving you the 8 action.
all of us or just her?
Just her. This is the
I'm the
opening.
only one acting this turn.
This is a shot that starts combat. Once that happens, I will add them to turn order.
Is this something I can? There's aim action, right, on this? Or not
yeah.
in space?
No, you can spend a bonus action to aim. In theory, you can spend 2 bonus actions to, like, 2 maneuvers to aim.
I don't have any strain yet. And I
Okay.
don't really want to miss. I would like to do that.
And that's 2 of them.
Yeah.
Okay. I will add 2 more blue dices to my side. You may fire when ready, Cat.
Fucking of course.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yikes. Yikes.
Really?
Ugh. That's so many. Why is it
That
red?
was your
Stop
warning
making
shot.
things
Give
red,
up the
Patmore.
slaves or
Oh.
dead more.
Hang on. There's something that shouldn't be somewhere. Hang on.
I was gonna say, where'd that
You guys
red
have the
dice come
upgrade on the wrong side. You had one on both sides.
Guys.
Oh,
Okay.
Guys,
Hang
I
on.
can't shoot as it is.
Click
so then
again.
that's one success.
No. The pool is wrong because it's meant to be 2 purples. So just cat roll again. It's okay. Cool.
Okay.
So I just need to put some stuff down for tracking initiative and stuff. I'll add to turn order. Their initiative will be vigilance, which we can just ignore the difficulty but roll like this, and that's a 1.2.
1 point. Yeah.
Okay, so cat. Okay, let's determine damage first. Okay, your weapon does 6 damage. You do 8 in total. They reduce it by 4, so you do actual 4 pass-through damage. Would you like to crit them twice?
I would love to.
Okay. So plus
love a
10
good
crit.
table.
Do you have any vicious or anything?
Fantastic question. Let's read Ben's sheet. I don't think so. I think that comes later. Shortcut piloting. Nope, not yet,
Okay.
but later.
Oh,
Fucking
interesting.
nice.
Okay. Not
So
immediately useful, but useful eventually.
So, for those who aren't familiar with the game jargon, that might seem like, oh, that's nothing. What that means is he can't take bonus actions, essentially, and he can't do a lot of the ship combat maneuvers, because all of those apply strain to the ship, and he can't purposely do that anymore. So. Before we get into the rest of combat, we'll take our 5-minute break quickly, and then we'll jump straight in. Mostly because I've run out of coffee, and if I don't do our 5-minute break now, there's going to be 3 more pirate ships showing up.
Combat gets harder when Patmore has no coffee.
I miss coffee. I didn't get any today because of timing.
That's rough.
I miss coffee. Coffee has been abroad for years now. I haven't gotten a letter.
I haven't had any caffeine yet either, and I can feel it.
Well, everyone, I implore you to have caffeine.
Alright,
No,
I'll go
because
make
we gotta
another
go to
coffee then.
bed. I mean, Derek can have it because this is normal time to be awake.
Yeah.
Well,
Like, this
Tough.
is his morning.
no, it's my morning.
It's mine too.
Well, that's good. So, Bishop, I heard you were picking on your players the other day by forbidding long rests for a few sessions.
What did you say? One more time.
I heard you were being mean to your players for the last few sessions, forbidding long rests.
Yeah, well, you know.
Yeah, good job.
Thanks.
Made it interesting.
In my humble opinion, I think the idea of D&D endurance, the idea that you don't get long rests and all that stuff for like multiple sessions in a row can be very interesting.
I agree. It just kind of depends on where you're at. They were in a kind of this dungeony area,
Yeah.
on an island that just kept assaulting them for days, and they had to deal with the threat to make it stop. So they made it stop.
Yeah.
One of them died, but they made it stop.
Yeah, like when I as a player, I play every session as if it's an endurance session because I don't really believe in overkill as a player. I'm like, okay, cool. It might take 3 rounds for us to do this, but I'll just spend a second level spell to do a spike growth, maybe, and then do like cantrips for the rest of it or whatever.
I do the math whether it's better for me to waste a strong, higher level spell slot and kill the thing outright, or if it's better for us to take a few turns of damage. If it's better for us to take a few turns of damage and let the cleric heal it, then it's fine. But if the damage is too much, then I'll just try to burn it.
Yeah. I find there are 2 sorts of spellcasters in D&D. Those who fireball every round, or equivalent, and those who cast slow or another debuff spell on the first round and then spend mostly cantrips or 1 or 2 leveled spells on later rounds.
Yeah.
And that's how I generally play is a ladder. Like I'll do like a big concentration spell maybe, and then I'll do a bunch of small stuff for the rest of combat. Where like the most egregious resource consumer I've ever seen was someone who was playing a life cleric, who at the end of every round they would cast Sanctuary on themselves as a bonus action.
That's insane.
So every round they were just consuming a spell slot, and it was like, why? Yeah, why? It's you know, there's no point to this, mate. Like, yeah, you're making it harder for you to be hit, but you're not even front line. You're like medium line at best. If you don't want to be hit, just walk around the corner there.
Like, don't get me wrong, I'm a big believer in the spell Sanctuary. It's absolutely saved lives for me in the past. But also, yeah, you don't want to burn it every turn.
Yeah, like, you know, if you want a first level spell that makes you hard to hit, take shield. Because you can do that if you get hit, where Sanctuary, it's like, well, I guess I'll preemptively do this. And it's like, oh, okay, you want to be hard to hit. And it's like immediately next round, they'd spend their action doing like a Toll the Dead or something, breaking Sanctuary, and then recasting it.
Right. I think the best use I've had for Sanctuary has been when someone we were trying to rescue was in the middle of like this large circle, and we just knew there was something wrong with it, right? If we go into the middle of the circle, something bad's gonna happen. So cast Sanctuary on the person who was going to investigate. They flew over on a broom. All these things came to life, but nothing could hit them. Hit her in that first turn, and then ran right back. and that's the best use of Sanctuary, and that's convinced me it's not a bad spell. But it's very situational. It's
Yeah.
when you need to test something and you need to make sure you don't get murdered immediately.
It's really good to put on like an ally who's like had the shit kicked out of them and they don't have an easy way of getting out of combat.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a really, really good defensive spell. The problem
Yes.
comes when people use it offensively.
I agree.
Now, a good use of it is if you want to get your paladin and your cleric teaming up, you can have your paladin, have his turn, the cleric sanctuary him, go for an entire turn order of no one being able to hit the paladin, and then rinse and repeat. But that's just a very spell slot consuming maneuver.
Yeah.
While I remember, for those who are curious on what the slaver ship looks like, here's the art for the ship.
Yes, please.
I was afraid you were going to say it was an Imperial cruiser. Great.
Full destroyer.
Yeah. I actually got angrier after making coffee, so I've decided to upgrade their ship 4 times. They don't have to specifically look like that one. Like they're a bunch. Like it's a not uncommon model. So there are a lot of different variations of what it can look like. But it's not an
I
attractive.
like the angry face on this one.
Well, that's fair. But yeah, it's a fairly angular ship, I guess, is what I'd say about it. It's definitely not like a smooth looking thing.
A lot of corners for us to chip off.
Yep, Moto, you got it in one. I'll put it this way. For some reason, the ship is notable enough that there's a fucking there's a Lego set for it. And I'll post what it looks like made out of Lego. Okay.
Evil Lego. No, you got him.
Okay. Is anyone not here?
All good.
Okay. So, Ren will go first. He will spend, and this, before I text it, a good analogy for what Kat did to the enemy ship is she effectively gave that ship permanent slow. Like slow as in the spell from 5e, because it can't do more than one finger turn, so it's lost its extra attack. And Cat ruined it. There's probably not a better crit Cat could have rolled, I guess. But anyway, so Rand will spend his first bonus action accelerating the ship, so it goes from speed 0 to speed 1. He will then spend his action to do the stay on target maneuver, which is, I believe it's a versus check, which is you have to roll against the other ship until the end of the next turn. All combat checks made against a vessel, excluding the maneuver upgrade. The pilot backs out one of the threats. This also... Oh, okay, it just works. Okay, cool. Or is it gaining the advantage I'm thinking of? Yeah, sorry, it's gaining the advantage. So the reflex given to execute this action, the pilot must do a piloting check, difficulty which is determined by the relative speed of the vessel involved. If the pilot ignores all other penalties. Okay, if this fails, he fails to gain the advantage and suffers. Okay, so there'll be a quick piloting check, and then we will be good. The speeds are only 1. We ignore all the black dice on this because that's irrelevant for this maneuver, apparently. So here we go. Okay, we succeed. So, everyone will have advantage on any combat check they're doing for this round.
What does that mean?
Oh, that just means an additional blue dice. Sorry, an upgrade. So you guys have what an upgrade does is it turns a green into a yellow, or if you have no greens and they're all yellows, it just gives you another green. So I've added that to the party ship roll to represent that. But so essentially, to summarize Rand's turn, the ship is now moving, and you guys are kind of facing the enemy ship, and because of that, it's going to be easy to shoot them. Now, the one downside is the aft-facing weapon won't be facing the enemy ship right now, but because you're right behind them, they can't turn to shoot you until we get to their turn. They might try something. But so that's his turn. The ship's moving. You're following behind them. Angela, it's your turn.
Well, I have the one that can shoot in all directions, so.
Yep.
So I can just shoot. Right?
If you want to. So I'll set up the difficulty. Their shields are up now, so that their aft shields will be relevant here. Their aft shields are 1. Your size difference is that. Crid hasn't had a chance to do the battle control stuff, so you can roll off the ship sheet to attack.
This is so discouraging.
That doesn't look right.
There are no blue dice because none have
No,
been
2
generated
upgrades.
from anything, and she doesn't have any ranks in the skill, and the 2 upgrades have
Yeah,
turned
I
those
do.
greens. You have ranks in gunnery?
You don't have ranks in gunnery.
Like you have an agility
green
of 3.
green is like the stat. Yellow is the
Oh.
rank.
Yeah,
So discouraging.
so what
You
you
could
can
have
do.
aimed for free. Like I'm just gonna put that there. Not
What?
So what
Okay.
you can, okay, so just to explain how aiming works, because I don't think we've had the conversation about aiming. Aiming is a bonus action maneuver you can take that gives you 1 blue dice to your next combat check. If you like, because you didn't necessarily know you could do that, I'll say we can roll a blue dice to see if that would have made the difference.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay,
How do I
here's
do
your blue
that?
dice.
now you
Oh,
hit.
thanks, sweet baby Jesus.
Okay,
That's a hit.
that's a hit.
You can also activate linked, which does your base damage plus success again for your 2 advantage.
So that essentially means you get to treat it as if you hit it twice.
Okay.
You want to do that?
Sure.
Okay.
Is there a risk to that?
No.
Nope. You just
Okay.
do more damage.
So that's what
That's
the
how
advantage
items
is
That's a
not
nice
based
thing
spent
that
on.
happens.
Yeah, it's just a positive
Okay.
quality. It's good. Thumbs up. So that means you're doing 2 instances of 6 damage. Okay, which cool. 2 instances. Of 6.
Adds up to like a total of extra 4 damage, right?
So you go against their armor twice, which means that
Yeah.
you've doubled how much you're doing. Which instead of doing 2 to their ship, you've done 4.
Well,
But I said
how's it 2?
Because
I did
you're
have
doing
a
6
silk
damage, and they have an armor of 4. So your
Wait.
damage. Yes.
The damage says 5.
you
Yeah.
add your successes to damage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So 6 twice.
6 twice, which is then each individually reduced by 4 because they're treated as 2 separate attacks, which their armor is 4.
Okay.
So 6 reduced by 4 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. So that's how much you've done.
2 plus
Okay.
2 is 4.
Yeah, sorry, you know what I mean. It's Star Wars math. Anyway. Okay, but
It's space
anyway,
math, murder. It works different.
like with the
It's 0
exception of not critting them, you've done the same damage Cat did to them. Linked can theoretically do much more damage. It's just you only had a single success on the hit.
Right.
And also, you'll be able to link way more than you'd be able to crit with these turrets. So that's
Yeah.
something to keep in mind.
So that brings us to Crid, who's going to do the fire discipline check, which is if he succeeds, he gets to aid you guys. Okay, so that's a hard discipline or leadership check, which I'll set up now. Crid, I'm gonna have to add a little bit of black in there just because there's a language barrier, but he's still gonna try. Crid, are you
Jesus fucking Christ, what is that?
Ouch.
okay?
Oh, that looked like it hurt.
A triumph and a success.
Very good. Very good, Chris.
He succeeded. He's about to just get slapped across the face for it.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's taking that one on the chin.
Okay, hang on. Okay, what can he spend? Okay. So each additional blah 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 grants us 2 additional crewmen. Okay, so what he would be doing to start with is he's giving everyone a blue dice. What the crit is being used for is until the next round, the crit range of the weapons in the ship are considered 1. So you only need 1 success to crit this round.
Fucking nice.
Now for those,
Sweet.
so somehow Crit explains that ship has a weak spot. The downside is as Crit is doing this, he walks right through a doorway and the door for some reason closes on him. He takes a bunch of strain. Yeah, he gets like what the door Harrison Fords him.
Oh.
If
Ah,
that
damn.
analogy lands.
Oh no.
Okay.
No, I've
And
never heard of this Harrison Ford guy.
well, no, I specific when I was
Sounds pretty
doing one of
neat,
the
though.
Star Wars films, like one of the newer ones, they heard him on set because I closed one of the Millennium Falcon doors on his leg.
What's
And
a
they-
Star Wars?
Okay. So that brings us to Kat's turn. Kat, what are you doing?
Well, I'm shooting things.
Well, you don't
They
need
prize
to.
those
So-
motherfuckers.
I could, but are you adding the blue dice on your end, or should I add it to the ship sheet?
I've added that on my. It should be on the ship sheet. Following that, yeah, put it on the ship sheet.
Okie dokie. No one
Um,
else touch it.
yeah.
I fixed it. Please do not
Now,
touch it.
Kat, are you aiming any
Okay.
multiple of times?
I am definitely. How much strain do I have on this character?
You
Yeah, fuck
have-
it, sure.
yeah. So, 1 aim or 2 aims?
Let's do 2 aims. I don't enjoy being in a dogfight. I would like to end the dogfight.
Okay. So, Kat, add 2 blue dice to the ship sheet, and then you can roll when you're ready. Keep in mind your crit range is 1,
Yeah.
so
Like, here's hoping.
Like in a perfect world.
you can also spend a light side dice on. Okay.
Okay.
So you hit. Um,
Not just a normal crit.
Oh wait, fuck. I was. Hold on.
what did
I
you
need
do?
to roll blue dice.
Oh, you're missing a blue dice. Yeah.
I forget. Yeah.
Can you just roll a blue dice?
Yeah, you can. It.
Yeah, hold on.
It.
There. No.
Okay,
Oh,
so the
hey.
additional blue dice is
Ah.
1 more damage, and okay, so you want a +1, +10 crit this guy?
Heck yeah, I do. Fucking. Oh.
Nice.
Okay.
Doesn't he
Decrease the
already have one
defense.
hit?
No, that's us.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, we're
I'm
the
shooting-
one with no
I'm
shield.
shooting us.
So, you hit them in the back, so their 1 point of shields in the back is down.
Ooh.
Now, your actual damage is 3 + 6, so 9 reduced by 4, so you do 5 damage to them. Okay.
And they die.
No.
What do I do with the triumph?
The triumph is why it's a +10.
Oh no, that's triumph. Triumph plus advantage plus
Yeah.
10 crit. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm following.
Okay. Well, yeah, you are. That's why you're able to keep hitting them in the caboose. Okay. So it's finally their first turn in this combat. Then they haven't had a good time.
I
They
dare say good.
okay. So they can't make the ship. They can't purposely take strain on the ship, which greatly limits what they can do here. Okay. They're going to try and hit you with a missile.
Fair.
boy.
Okay, let me double check if your size category makes it harder for you. If the ship is one larger than you, if it is 2 or more points smaller. Okay, so it's an average thing. So your size category doesn't make you any harder to hit. You'll have 1 point of shields against this. Okay, they're gonna spend a dark side dice to be slightly better at this check.
Fair enough.
Okay, and they're
They
gonna.
don't.
Sorry.
Hey, don't do that.
Okay.
Well, why do you
Uh,
hate us?
Oh,
Damn it.
I don't know. It's a very long, complicated lore, I guess. There's going to be a additional. No, there won't be. Okay, so here's their check. Okay, they've missed.
Let's go and fuck up.
Guidance. Is 2 or is guidance 3?
I think it's 3. Hold on.
Because well, guided 3 that just determines the dice it has if I could activate guided. I believe.
It says guided 3.
Yeah, but yeah. That I don't think that tells the advantages. I think that just
I'm
tells the
looking
dice.
it up. Give me a.
Yeah, Murder's being a nerd for me. If
Oh no, yeah, no. It requires 3 advantage to activate. I was
okay,
right.
hey, the missile misses.
Nice.
They would now spend a bunch of bonus actions that they can't spend, so it's not their turn anymore. Murder.
King was pretty underutilized in the last campaign because someone always cried about it.
Yep.
Let's say I did hack into their ship because I'm pretty smart.
Mhm.
What could I do theoretically?
Okay. So slicing the enemy systems.
I am going to need like a mechanical translation for these.
Yeah. What you can do is you can lower their shields. You can also, if you roll high enough, you can disable a weapon. Alternatively, you can just be inflicting system strain.
Oh, that's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we definitely want to strain them.
We're
And, like, we've just
we're
been
straining
hitting
the
them.
people plenty, Cat. I feel like they're going into like they're having mental breakdowns over there. I feel like. Okay. Yeah.
I enjoy having slavers have a bad day.
I'll give hacking a whirl. Why not?
Okay. The difficulty is set. You may roll when ready. It's a computer's check.
Yeah. Same check as medicine and mechanics. Actually, this is for a good cause. I'll use a light side.
Yep. Add that to your end.
Unless we're suddenly not cool with saving.
You guys decide halfway through. It's like, yeah, they're
Like,
slaves.
oh no, this was an act. This was a PR thing. We didn't want to like.
Well, like,
stick
it's
our
like-
necks out.
It's like, no, we'll save slaves. It's the right thing. That's like, oh, but they're all like ex-imperial slaves, so...
That's worse. No, you want to help them more.
No, like they're ex-imperials
Oh,
who
fuck
are
it.
slaves.
Are you kidding? That's 1 on a D12.
Where's your blue dice?
I don't think I get one. That wouldn't matter. But holy
I thought
fuck.
Krieg gave us all blue.
No, it's only
Oh
if
no,
they're
that's just
shooting.
for firing
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
sorry
that's
about
not a high difficulty, but holy shit.
that. Was... yeah, I'm sorry, mate. That's the dice just being really mean.
This is why I didn't fucking help out the ship, because look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair's fair.
Hey, Emmy, what do you want to do?
Does it still make sense for me to do the perception, look for...
Yeah.
This is
Because if you
nothing?
pass that, I'll tell
Okay.
you how many hit points I have left.
Okay, great, yeah.
So
Might be
the,
that-
I fire the shot.
the difficulty of that is okay. The difficulty is in when you're ready. Just roll a perception check off your sheet.
I'm gonna go take a nap, guys. So
You
see
have
you later.
no
Guys,
fucking
Have a
idea.
good nap.
Guys, like, actually, I'm out.
Emmy, you take
It
1 point of
looks
strain
fine,
from
probably.
thinking about it too much. Okay.
You taking an
They
econ
didn't teach
test?
me this in wilderness school.
Dumark.
All right. So, if I understand this correctly, I can bonus action aim, basically, and then fire. Is that correct?
Yeah,
Yeah.
in theory.
If you want to do it once, it's no strain. If you want to do it twice, it's 2 strain on your character.
I'll take the 2 strain.
Like I've
Um,
okay.
You get 2 blue dice
You
for
add-
that?
Yep.
Yep.
do
So
that
you
to
add those
the
on your end, and I'll put 2 on the ship sheet,
Yeah.
so you're good to roll whenever Patmore does his thing.
it's good.
Patmore has done his thing.
Here we go.
Good on you.
Things have been done.
That hit.
You got
Yay!
And
Sorry.
yes.
Oh no, I was about to ask. Still
Yeah.
1 on critting?
Yeah,
Oh, you
until
can crit
Crid's
then.
next turn.
Nice.
You
Okay,
can
so,
crit then.
good on you, man.
Boom.
Okay, so
How
that's
do we how do we crit? Is that something you have to do?
I have to
Yeah.
do it. So you need access to the sheet to do it, so I
Yeah,
have to
we'll,
do
we'll
it.
crit one more time.
Okay, their shields are entirely down now.
They're just like us. We're on even ground.
You want to ask if they want to
We're
give up
friends now.
Okay, so
This is friendship. through
you've
incredible
you did
violence.
6 damage, so you've done 2 damage to them. Okay, they're not doing well. You're definitely seeing the scars of the damage you've done to them so far. Bishop, you had a question?
yet? Should we ask them if they want to give up yet? Like,
No.
the shields are down? No, okay. Well,
No. Beat 'em up a little.
We
eventually
don't
we're
wanna-
going-
Yeah, we don't want to destroy the ship.
Yeah. So
eventually we're gonna
what
do
will
this so many
happen
times,
is if
it'll be
you
over.
bring them to 0 points of health, right? They don't explode. They become a derelict, which means that they have no power and they can't really do stuff. But that won't immediately kill them. If we're doing like a mass combat with a bunch of starfighters, if you bring them to 0 hit points, we just say you destroy the enemy starfighters. But that's in the same way in D&D when you're fighting like a goblin. We don't do death
Okay,
saves for a goblin.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, because we all hate goblins. Okay, so
The only reason we don't do death saves for goblins.
so we're going to do that
They
piloting check again, just so that we're still gaining the advantage. Okay, we failed.
This guy fucking
Come
sucks.
on.
Okay.
I'm just saying, we take him out back, we beat him up a little bit.
Okay.
It's just these purple dice. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Ah,
Okay.
We are uniquely unlucky as a
Wait.
party.
Wait.
wait.
Mm-hmm.
Did Talon actually leave the bridge? Because I thought Talon was giving him a blue dice.
It's an action
Talon-
to do that
yeah.
every round instead of doing interesting
Your turn.
stuff.
Yeah, like,
Um,
wouldn't have been able to last turn because he did the scanning thing.
That brings us to Angel.
I still have the blue dice from critting, right?
Yeah, so I'll set up the difficulty, and keep in mind if you hit them, any advantage can activate a crit. Where's my dice ball? Here it is.
I'm gonna go ahead and take 2 strain and aim twice.
Okay. So at the very top of the sheet, there should. Yep. Correct. Fire when ready.
If I when ready. Oh, thank God.
Holy fuck,
Okay.
you killed him.
So
I don't know if I killed them.
I will
Actually.
say,
If
you don't,
crit with all of those, you could vaporize the ship.
I
It's a
don't
very,
want-
which we don't want. So what I suggest here
Which
is
we
you want to
don't
activate linked once, and then crit them with the rest. So it's very unlikely to outright blow them up.
Oh God, yeah, sure.
Okay, so if you activate linked, that means you're doing 2 instances of 7 damage, which is 6 damage in total. That spent 2 of those. You can do a plus 20 crit, which if a 100 is rolled, that kills them. Right? There is
Okay.
there is a
plus 30.
1%.
no, it isn't. Fucking sorry. 1 to activate,
Yeah.
2 extra.
Okay, so it's unlikely that this will outright kill them. Now that I've said that, it's clearly going to be a 100, but I just want you to know it's like
oh
a,
yeah, no.
It's not
It's
it. It's not
He
possible.
has jinxed you, yes.
Manifested it. Yeah.
It's not possible.
no, the
There you
monkey
go.
has clawed. Okay. Even
They
fewer
suffer-
shields.
No, they suffer for system strain. That's
yeah,
pretty good.
they take strain instead of the
Mhm.
crit there because there's no shields to drop.
Cool.
So,
Yeah.
are they done?
They're still up. They're
How they doing?
Hey Emmy, roll a d100 for a morale check for them.
They just got jumped outside of Wendy's, dude.
Keeping it in the range I've set for this session. So
Yeah.
You guys can do whatever you want, but they are trying to hail you now.
Hey guys.
Accept it so we can
Okay,
kill them all
yeah.
individually.
So it's Crid's turn next. I don't think you want Crid answering the hail.
No.
Yeah, okay. Why don't I tap out and Crid can take my seat and I'll go talk to
But
people.
we tell him not to shoot anything.
I mean,
Benny, if you need somebody like to threaten them anymore, I think they're probably pretty threatened. But if you need to threaten them anymore, just let me know if they're nice or
I just
Oh.
put a
that's all.
Trandoshan behind a Gatling gun. I think they're pretty threatened.
That probably did it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll say Crid's now manning the forward guns. Cat, do you accept the hail?
Yeah.
Okay. They would like. Well, I'd like to know why you're shooting at them to start with. They don't really think they've done anything that necessarily justifies this, violent assault on their rights and etc.
Frankly, they're a little offended.
Yeah. Why doesn't someone start scanning them? So it's my understanding that
While you're speaking,
You
anyone who
are
wants to roll a computer's check. Continue, Cat.
yeah,
Okie dokie.
that you are transporting people who would rather not be transported. And as a personal stance, I do take issue with that. So that's the explanation on the violence. It's really where you want to go from here. 'Cause I'd love to resolve this.
You would hear them hit the mute button for a moment. There's a discussion on board. They would unmute themselves and respond. Ideally, they would like to be left in peace, and they're willing to forgive you for this misunderstanding.
Fantastic. I understand exactly how we're communicating. So, I would like to circle back. Are you transporting slaves right now? That's a silly question. I know you are.
You hear the mute button again?
All right, guys, what do we say?
Line 'em up.
Shit, she didn't believe us.
Where do we go from here, gang?
They would unmute and try to explain they're currently on a diplomatic mission.
For Walter.
No, that was destroyed.
Yeah.
And they would like they'd like you to leave them alone because they're currently doing this on the behalf of the they're opening the phone book one moment on behalf of the on the Boffins.
Idiot. Boffins don't have diplomacy.
Not wrong. But
Tell them they're lying.
So
As this
So-
is part of a diplomatic mission from the Pentastar alignment to the Boffin.
Can somebody fucking vigilance this? Holy shit.
Yeah. Hang on, let me work out what the check is here.
Well, so what about
what the call
Murder's
bullshit check
computer
is?
scan?
So
Yeah,
I'll get to that in just one moment. Those who are interested in inciting can roll vigilance right now.
On the initiative page or from the skills page?
From the skill
From
check.
the skills.
Yeah.
Why has... Yeah, no, I'm reading you like a book. Sorry, my guy.
Hey, bud. No.
So Dumark, you know that all lines up.
Yeah,
Of
no,
course,
it makes
we've
sense.
made an error.
No, Dumark, I, you don't know enough about the governments being discussed. You have no idea. He's a hard person to read. Kat, you think he's lying? It doesn't make sense.
He's talking out of his ass. Okay.
Murder.
No, wait. What about my 2? I got 2 successes on this.
Quantity of success.
You don't even
usually
think he's ever
determine
met a
situations
boffin.
like this. Ah, fair enough.
No, check out.
I'd call that. I'm not sure they even know what a boffin looks like.
Hang on,
I'd mute us on our end. I am aware of that.
Hang on. Let me roll to see if they know what a boffin looks like.
I like the idea. I like the idea if it looks like a Discord call where it's like us in the chat, them in the chat. We just see the mute and then the unmute.
Yeah, they're camel people.
They're
Rather
freaks.
racist?
I'll give you that one.
But,
So if you're on a diplomatic mission, can I
quickly
speak to the
jumping
diplomat?
over to the computer checks.
Yeah.
Okay, Murder. I can spend your triumph in negating system, like the system strain that you generate from this, or you can take system strain and get extra information.
I'll take that system strain.
Okay.
Yeah, we're pretty
I'll
good at
make
strain.
that
We're great
executive
at strain.
decision as the
Hey,
pilot. that
hey, you're
I'm
the
not.
chief. You're the chief engineer, man.
We only have one engineer.
Yeah, you're the chief engineer.
That title means so much less when there's one guy in charge of engineering.
Well, Crid's the assistant engineer.
I guess he is. He held tools.
Yeah. Okay. So with your computer's check, so like both you and Dumark would be aware that they have, roughly 30 humanoids on board.
Okay.
Specifically with your crit Murder, you have enough detail on these people that you know what they had for breakfast, you know what they're armed with, you know their positions on the ship, like you know any information that you need to know about them right now.
If I know what they're armed with, can I like make a rough gauge of slave to not slave?
There are 3 non-slaves on board.
Let's fucking board them and kick their.
And Murder, I'll say with your triumph, you think their game plan right now is to try and drag this conversation out for 20 minutes, because at that point they could leave. Now, they're not doing a good job because we're 30 seconds into the conversation, and it's already broken down.
Yeah, no, it's not.
M3 is gonna
It's
buzz
not
in.
going well. Yeah.
M3's gonna buzz in. Matt,
Joins the
matter of
call.
fact, they're just stalling. So if we either kill them or let us leave, like I'm fine with either.
Well,
I
you heard
just
my
don't wanna
engineer
be
stance
here.
on it. So I guess we've got a couple options. I can shoot you. I've got a Trandoshan behind a Gatling gun here. I could shoot you. I wouldn't mind. I could board you. You're vastly outnumbered. Or we
I buzzing on that. I don't mind
Mhm.
that plan.
There you go. Or we could come to some sort of mutually beneficial agreement where you stop doing that, let those people go. That one might end up with you in jail, not dead, so I know which one I'd prefer. But
Out of curiosity,
It's up
Kat,
to
which
you.
one would you prefer?
They're in a gang. I'd prefer dead.
Me too. Like disintegrated.
Like
So,
a gang member who's staying in prison is a dead gang member.
So, unwilling to fully break their charade, they will say if they were to release their diplomatic gifts, would you be taking them off their hands?
Yes.
Do we have enough?
Can we mute the call for a minute?
Yeah,
Hold
let's
on,
mute.
group huddle.
Like this is a more technical question. Do we have enough life support and power on the ship to sustain what would be pushing 40 people at that point?
That's a lot of people.
I mean, how far from the
Could be
nearest
yeah.
planet
So
are
okay,
we?
so just to discuss the rules and overcrowding a ship for a moment. In theory,
Yeah.
right, you're actually designed to carry 10 people at most, right? That's what the ship is designed for. The moment you get past that, the ship starts taking detriments to its like system strain and other features, because things like life support have to work overtime to make up for that. Now, you would be able to do that. You wouldn't want to go into combat doing that because you'd have a system threshold of like a strain threshold of okay, where do you guys start at? You start with 27. You'd be down to a system strain threshold of 5 if you had 40 people on board.
Okay.
Now, that won't kill you. That just means that you don't want to go into combat and you don't want to be doing clever maneuvers. But it's possible. Like, there's nothing that says your ship can't do that. It just means you have to just be careful. Which, you're a day and a half away. What could go wrong?
We're like one jump out?
You're one long jump out.
Is their ship still able to jump, or have we damaged it too severely to jump?
Their ship can jump.
I mean, I'm on I'm on team. Let's just take theirs where we're going. It's kind of where I'm at.
But what about
I
our ship?
want that too.
Well, I mean,
That's my okay. Out of character. That's my issue. Our ship can reasonably-ish contain the amount of slaves that we need to rescue right now. It's not ideal, and it puts us in a really vulnerable position, especially if they were to just turn around and take a pot shot at us as they were leaving.
right.
Which is a perfectly reasonable thing that they probably will do. Yeah. Boarding their ship, killing them, and doing that is better, logistically. I don't know if we can sustain the piloting situation on that ship, because it's got -3 handling like we do, and it is a size category larger.
I mean, there's 30 people on board that ship, right?
I mean,
27 slaves, 3 pirates.
Emmy, roll me 27 D100 to see if there's any pilots among the slaves.
Yes, that's what I was going
Is
to
there
ask.
a pilot on board? We have.
Bishop, your mind, I love it.
Emmy is just crying somewhere. 97.
That is the 97.
There's gotta be
And a
one.
96.
And a 90s.
I see
Two
97s,
97s, a 96.
There are
We're gonna
three.
force those together to make a pirate. A pilot.
There are
Force them
3
together.
pilots on board.
Okay, we say we'll take your
Fantastic.
we'll say we'll take your cargo. We kill them. We fucking burn their bodies and we fucking leave.
But didn't they surrender though?
No.
That's the thing.
They
You
haven't
guys-
surrendered.
So they
This
haven't
is a
surrendered.
private communication between M3 and Benia.
They haven't surrendered yet. You guys are currently parlaying. What Murder is suggesting is you say, sure, we'll let you go. We'll take your prisoners, and then Murder said,
Oh yeah, make
idea.
me look bad. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Someone who wasn't Murder's idea was that, would say, we'll take your slaves and we'll let you go, and then, you guys would double cross them and, take care of the slaves.
You're using the worst terms for my idea.
Okay, Kat,
Okay,
describe it
I have
nicely.
Yeah.
So how about this? We could tie them up and turn them over, or have the slaves turn them over to authorities.
Yep.
Yeah, I love a slave revolt. It's my favorite.
But like, we'd still be double crossing them though.
I don't mind.
Oh. Double crossing
So
a slaver?
I will say,
Emmy doesn't want to do it because Patmore runs conflict like a jackass.
hang on.
Have you ever
one-
considered
Let me finish
instead
up.
of
Point.
Okay, finish your point.
Not
Mother.
you, Emmy, Patmore. Not strictly
No,
him.
it's not the morality thing I'm worried about. It's just generally how I've built and described this character that it would conflict with.
Yeah,
like
no,
I'm
capital
very much
M
principled.
morality. Yeah, like capital M morality, not mechanics morality. That's kind of what I was also alluding to. Like, Talon is a
Yeah.
good person. We'd still be backstabbing them in Talon's eyes and in like on paper, right?
But-
So we might as well just kill him.
No.
Okay.
Or-
so,
or-
one moment. I'm talking stick. So what I was saying, just for conflict quickly, if there was conflict by this, that would only happen if one of the two people who can take conflict would say, you know, I promise we won't do anything to you, and then immediately break their word. Someone else lying isn't an issue. Murder, I somewhat disagree with your analogy, because your point was, if we're going to betray them, we might as well kill them. I think everyone else is of the mind of, we can betray them and no one dies today.
There's a tier list of betrayal, right?
You gotta do something. You full ass it. You don't half ass something.
I don't know. You see,
Might have a bounty. I want to see if they've got a bounty.
Yeah, exactly.
They probably do. So if, I guess, as a collective, is anyone opposed to lying to them and then taking them in because they're pirate slavers?
Oh, absolutely not.
That sounds like the perfect outcome of this situation.
Sure.
Okay. So,
Like,
Kat,
Talon, just keep staring at the ship. You're all good.
Kat, I
We're doing
need
a
you
good
to
thing.
roll to lie through your teeth at them.
Okay.
Okay, the
Would you
difficulty here will be based on their vigilance.
Okay.
So-
Dumak can aid me because Dumak
Yes.
doesn't use the Force.
I will do
Okay.
so. And you know, if we need, again, if this doesn't work, let me know, and then I'll try my way.
Okay, I will put it out there. Kat, you have destiny points if you want to spend them.
I was gonna say I do want to snag a light side point for this.
Okay, I've done it on my side. You may roll a deception check or whatever it's called in this system against them.
Oop! That was the wrong button.
I will refund you.
Thank you. Sorry, I was trying to scroll.
That's
You have
alright,
your
I
receipt.
forgive you.
Okay.
Nice.
I have a
Oh, that's
headache
good.
about it, but
That's fair. We've all been yelling over
morals.
this Discord chat.
My morals to get a hint.
shit, I
What is
thought
this
those were
feeling
dead.
in my chest?
Ugh, this is gross.
Gotta snap that out.
Where did the red dice come from?
It's
that marks
based
the
on
one.
their vigilance. No, I didn't flip.
Oh.
So when you lie to someone,
Oh,
it isn't
yeah.
a DC. It's a versus check. And his vigilance, because he's a pilot, which is a stat block you're rolling against, is 1 green, 1 yellow. So he just happened. So it's not that I spent anything to make that happen. It's just you're lying to someone. So it's just off how vigilant he is, which he was mildly vigilant.
Yeah. I'm just a
Um,
better liar than he is a vigilant person.
Patmore.
Yep.
Can we roll a D100 to see which one of like the former slaves is a very malicious person?
There's a 3 in there.
It's that guy.
Yeah, we've already done that.
No,
And a
because-
4. They're
no,
assholes.
because I do want to leave these guys conveniently tied up in a room alone with the most malicious guy. I
Okay,
met.
Emmy, roll 27 D100s just to see if someone in that slaver group is very malicious.
It's just not morality. We had a career check, now we're getting a morality check. We
Okay.
got
There's,
a
the one,
1!
There's
there's
someone.
a fucking serial killer on there. That guy.
So we got a serial killer and a saint because we got a 99 too.
And a 98.
I'm gonna
And a
give him-
69.
Nice.
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 Okay. So,
Poor Patmore.
Kat,
It's one of my
that
favorite running bits.
they will believe you. they will proceed to allow you to dock with them.
Done my yarn.
I will say you take 2 points of strain just from your fret. That's entirely the exhaustion from having to interact with people. That's just social anxiety.
I understand.
Benya is an introvert.
Yeah, if she had her way of it, she wouldn't interact with people. It would be like a Nigerian prince scheme, all of her lying.
So
automated message do X so I can do Y.
Yeah.
Just to summarize the double cross, I don't think we need to turn that into an actual combat encounter because they're not combat tokens per se. So to save us 30 minutes of fighting them, or setting up them, fighting them, and taking turns, you easily overpower them. They are not a threat. They are free individual people that are a minion group. Are you guys just releasing the slaves and saying they're free? Are you taking the slavers with you? Are you pillaging their cargo? What are you guys doing?
Well, Siren would check on everybody and tend to anybody who needed medical attention.
Check for chips.
Yeah, and
What sort of
anything,
chips?
any
Yes, Mata?
tracking devices.
Doritos.
Oh, okay. Mata?
Sorry, did I hear murder? Or...
Yeah, Mata. What did you need?
Oh no, I want to find the serial killer guy and hand him my shank.
Okay, you don't
I think
do
we're
that.
taking them with us.
So
M3 does that. M3.
No, M3 is very uncomfortable with the prospect of letting Black Sun members live after fucking them over, even if they're going to prison, because he's M3.
You bring a fair point to the table.
So
He would kill them himself, except you guys seem pretty upset at the idea.
So, I just want to clarify group consensus here. Was the idea that you were going to let the slavers take the ship and the slavers leave? So you let the slaves take the ship and the slavers leave alone? Do you give the slavers to the slaves and they take them with you? Like, are you keeping the slavers, or... Just so it's not confusing, are you keeping the pirates, or are you keeping the pirates with the slaves?
I thought we were turning them in for a bounty.
Okay.
If they've got one. We'll
they probably have one. If not, you can just, have them arrested for being slavers. Yeah. Okay, so with that in mind, you guys do have, the equivalent of a broom closet you can keep them in for the next day and a half. You can have Crid sit on them for that time.
Even better.
Crid, if they try anything, eat them.
Crid will lick his reptilian lips.
Is
He'll
the
do
broom
it, too.
closet, airtight?
Make some
Yeah.
vacuum in the broom closet.
Yeah, but Crid's in there.
No,
Watching
he's
them.
outside.
Well, so you guys, I'm looking at the map, you guys don't have a broom closet, so it'd be that they're tied up in the cargo hold and Crid would be sitting in the cargo hold watching them.
Looking at me.
Yeah.
Well, there goes my plan.
Yeah, I know. So I will say Crid is a deterrent. They don't try a prison break.
That wasn't my worry.
I know. So, unless you guys want to interact with the slavers, we can just jump ahead a day and a half and you guys have arrived.
Can we loot them a little bit? I want to leave something for the slaves to do life stuff with, but I do want to loot them a little
Start a new life as a colony.
Okay,
Be
so,
free.
Emmy, roll me 3d60 to see how many credits they were carrying. Okay, Kat, they have 40 credits among them.
Fucking looting
I
is
meant
literally
their
never worth it.
Oh, you want to loot the okay.
I want to look at their shit.
That's a little bit different.
I will take their wallets. Don't get me wrong. I'm adding it to party loot right now.
Okay, so there was a
Our technique
misconception.
for keeping Cat here the entire session was just do ridiculous shit the entire time.
Okay. So with that in mind, why? Yeah, you're right, Emmy. Your rolls are really weird today. Well, every day. So,
Actually,
can I have 3 D100s from Emmy, and then 1 D100 from everyone else? Okay. So that's.
Did you need one from me? I'm sorry.
Yeah. You're included. You're one of the team.
Sounds good.
Like officially, that is.
That's cool. Glad to hear it.
Okay, that would be. That's a 90. Good roll on that one, Emmy.
lightsaber.
No.
It'd be so funny.
Yep.
Where did they get that lightsaber from, Meta?
I don't know, where did the fucking countless Imperial officers get them in their fucking desks?
Trophies from Order 66.
They're not
There's
allowed.
a lightsaber.
No.
No,
No.
the past 2 campaigns have been filled with like just finding lightsabers in the most unlikely places.
Well, okay, so to be fair, right, for anyone who's played like games like KOTOR and stuff, like once you hit a level of play, at a certain point you just find lightsabers in every locker because you're in like game, it's no longer kind of being banned.
So that's
Falling out of the sky.
yeah.
No, so the Patmore answer is like, the loot scales to your level in universe. That's how the Force wills it.
Yeah,
No,
that
the
is my answer to
explanation
the
is
rule.
Because KOTOR.
Yeah, like, yeah. Okay, so, okay. Kat, you've got your piece of paper in front of you to write stuff down?
Yeepers.
Okay, so you've got farming, like, parts and accessories, so you can take those with you if you want.
Nice.
No.
You want to leave those with the slaves so they can, I don't know, set up a village?
I'm writing everything down, and then I'll delete what we're not keeping.
Okay. For 74, you have a small box full of fine art. Apparently.
Cool.
M3 is a man of refined taste.
I guess.
Okay.
For your one, Kat, you have a barrel full of chemical solvents.
I feel like you find chemicals every
I have
time.
rolled so many body disposal barrels.
Perfect.
And Dumark, you rolled Starship Fuel.
Oh, actually,
Perfect.
the most
it.
useful one.
We'll take it.
So what did my 88 get?
That was
Farm
the farming equipment.
Okay, they can keep
Okay.
that.
What's happening with Emmy?
Okay, so Emmy was like everyone was rolling on the cargo table. Emmy was rolling on the loot table just because it offers different stuff. So with Emmy, that is you found like a weird looking like bone dagger for one. Next one was a sorry, just working out what something is in universe. Somehow you found a second bone dagger made of a different sort of animal bone. I guess Talon's got a one-track mind.
Big fan of bones, these guys.
Yep.
Second, different bone dagger. Third, different bone dagger.
To make a
Yeah,
fine
no, it's all
addition to
from
my
one guy on the
collection.
ship.
Yeah.
And the last thing Emmy rolled was a speeder, like a speeder bike.
Oh, nice.
Neat.
I keep getting those.
Put it in the hold.
Okay, so farming stuff is off, probably. I
yeah,
would
they can
assume.
keep that.
I don't particularly need the barrel of solvent. We have the void of space if I need to get rid of any bodies.
What if you need to
Yeah.
clean your ship?
I mean, does M3 want it?
The fucking chemical solvent.
So, I don't know, shine your armor or something.
Shine yourself.
Like, he's pretty keen on it at the moment for a very specific reason, but in general,
You can't dip the slavers in the
Cannot
chemical.
just-
well, I didn't say I was gonna do that, so
Didn't
you
have
can't
to.
prove anything.
You didn't have to say it.
You can't dip the space pirates in space bleach.
You can't prove that was where I was going with.
No jury would convict M3.
It was no admission of guilt on that
The
one.
jury of his peers who are
So we'll circle back to the legality of the chemical solvents. We're keeping the starship fuel.
Mhm.
I'm assuming Weird Dagger and second different Weird Bone Dagger are staying,
Yeah.
and Box of Fine Art.
We
Yeah,
could,
let's keep it.
we could keep it and sell it.
If I want to hang
Unless
it in our
they're
bedrooms.
particularly attached to it.
No.
They're slaves. I don't think they know what's in the cargo hold aside from them.
Unless
is
they're
correct.
in on this whole thing, and it was just
Anyway.
Okay, so we're leaving the farm bits. I'm going to leave the barrel of chemical solvent
How dare you?
just to eliminate the temptation.
There goes
So-
my second plan, I guess.
Damn. They keep
the
anticipating
star-
my next move.
The stars are just not aligning today. Which is weird because we're in space and we can just look at them from different angles to make them align, but they're not doing it.
Damn it. So we have small box of fine art, starship fuel. That I'm just gonna delete that and we can add it to the starship we have.
Yeah.
So weird bone dagger, second different weird bone dagger, and a new speeder. Very nice.
Okay. I will quickly update the ships to like food and fuel while we're at it. You guys were down to 45. Yeah, 45. You'll be back up to 47.
I think while we're doing that, Dumox can go to the different slaves and start delegating roles for the ship, and then giving them directions to the nearest place that could take this ship.
Yep. They
I think
would.
that's in
Your
our direction.
pilot, your
Yeah, they
You're
will go in the
probably
same
pilot.
direction as you are, but they aren't.
Sounds good.
They don't want to be too like they appreciate it, but they don't want to arrive with you just in case.
that's fair.
Yeah, the slavers say these people stole our ship and all that stuff. So they'll. Yeah.
That's fine.
They'll sit on it a little bit.
I'm
Yeah.
sure there are bounties out on these guys anyway. So that's
Yeah, we'll arrive first.
And
Um,
he's just watching the crowd for the serial killer.
Does
Where is that guy?
For those
anyone-
who are interested, that's the stat block with the speeder you found.
Cool.
does anyone need like medical attention? in
They
this
were
group?
kept in very good condition, so they'd be immediately sellable.
Oh man, these guys are the good slaves.
Good slaves or the good slavers?
No, these guys are quality slaves.
Oh,
They were
yes,
being
I
sold to
understand.
someone rich, not Jeff down the street.
Just so you guys know, if you guys are interested, the main selling point for this speeder is it's collapsible, so you can turn it from a speeder bike into essentially a backpack.
That is
Oh,
very
nice.
I have
Baller.
hyperlinked it in
Cool.
the loot.
Aside, like all its other attributes are fairly average, but its main selling point is that you can just collapse it into a backpack. Okay, you guys will arrive at the wheel. There are no more rolls Emmy makes for random encounters yet.
Good.
So arrive.
Unless
Well, unless like you guys happen to be like, hey, let's turn the hyperdrive off halfway there, and then just do instead of like
Glide
5
back.
minutes of hyperspace jump, we do 12 hours of sublight speed.
yeah, no, let's
No.
just crew.
Yeah. Come out of hyperspace at an angle so we can Tokyo drift into port.
Well, let's roll down the windows and just like enjoy the breeze, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Really
yeah,
style
LA
on it.
life.
let's get off the highway and let's take the backcountry road so we can see everywhere. You know, we're not missing out on any of the the
Yeah.
local oddities.
Really get a feel for the area.
Yeah.
I just want to point out the local oddities are crimes against ethics.
This is
Says
true.
who?
Fucking everybody.
Yeah, everyone who's literally ever been to the wheel.
No. The wheel's great. You know, it's full of great people and stuff.
Mm.
And only great people will go there.
Hmm.
Anyway, you guys would arrive at the wheel. You would have to kind of wait for a little while before you had a chance to kind of speak to someone to organize like a dock to kind of port in.
Okay.
Yep.
While we're in hyperspace, can I try my third plan?
Yeah, I guess.
I want to ask Crid nicely just to snap their necks.
Crid would say that he would have to run that up the flagpole.
I'm gonna ask him nicely if he could just not and snap.
Well,
their necks.
actually, to be fair, Murdo, there's a step that we've skipped.
What's that?
Well, you have to roll your social anxiety check first.
That's
No.
true.
No, this supersedes it. He's more afraid
I
of
need
like
to take
the
this guy
fucking.
out for me.
No, I feel like this supersedes it. He's
That's
afraid
up
this
to you,
will
man.
come
You're
back
the only one who chose to have that feature.
Yeah, literally, it's just you.
So
Well, yeah, okay, word of God, this supersedes it.
okay.
Because I don't actually expect it to work.
Yeah, it's Crid doesn't. There's not a lot of honor in just mercy killing tied up slavers in the edge of the cargo hold. Like, you know, if
fuck.
you gave them weapons, he'd be more open to the idea. But
I
you'd
want
have to.
him to, in precise terms, define weapon.
Well, if you gave them like each a gun and like 5 minutes to get ready, he would come back and then he could do it. But
Fuck. Okay.
1
minute and a steel pipe.
no, that doesn't seem like that. That doesn't seem that.
He's not
small.
haggling this one. He's not.
No, like maybe if he was very injured, then maybe. But
His terms are strict.
well, he's got a very, Trandoshans have a very complicated honor code.
Okay, so the third plan has fallen through.
Now
Hey, we're speaking
maybe
in Trandoshan. You don't know.
maybe if you gave them each like a sword or a knife and you shot Crid twice in the back, that might be a fair fight.
I'm not doing literally any of that.
I was giving you your terms, like if they don't work, they don't work. So anyway, so you guys get to the station. You guys are waiting in queue for a little while, but eventually, you'd get someone over the com, and they would just kind of explain how much it costs to kind of be like parked here per day and all that stuff. Which I'll quickly bring up the like the docking fees and stuff, so I don't forget that shit.
It'd be hilarious if we just could not afford being out here.
You guys aren't that poor, I don't think.
Not anymore.
No, I didn't update it with the money from Talon's shady cousin, so technically we have 1,814 because I did add the slavers' wallets to it.
Can I amend that slightly, Kat?
Of course.
Great cousin. Anyway,
Yep, absolutely.
okay.
I'm glad you were here to catch that one.
Yeah, it was a complete misconception. Okay, so this would be considered a stellar starport, which means that the docking fees per day are 100 credits.
Can't stay long, guys.
No, in and out, in and out.
Like, I don't know
mean,
about
well, we will
Stellar.
be doing work here and generating funds as well.
Like, I personally think they're a little up their own asses about how good the starport is.
Like,
Stellar is pushing it.
no, it's a great. there's a measurement thing in which this is considered a
I don't know.
Okay, hang on. I'm going to be fair to you. I'm going to read the. I'm just going to make sure this is a grade 2 and not a grade 3. No, it would be because like grade 3 is like Mos Eisley and stuff, where grade 2 is like Naboo, and other mid-rim places. Where grade 1 would be. I don't know. That says major core trade routes. Could be grade 1. Yeah, that's only 150 credits a day.
Wait, did the price go up because
No, it
somebody
didn't.
asked a
No,
question?
no.
No, he's being a fucking smart ass.
So I will say, right, just for the record, that while it does cost 100 credits to be here per day, that does come with the, like, you get to plug into the station's power plant for free, so you don't have to run the ship's engines to have, like, power on the ship and stuff while you're here. There are amenities because you're at a very nice station.
Yeah. Not like that one other station we blew up before.
I didn't blow it up.
Yeah, you
Not
just
this
named
campaign.
it. Anyway.
So, question.
Yes.
What are these knives? Are they just ceremonial, or are they actually a thing?
You're gonna test them?
Well,
On the
I was
prisoner?
hoping to get to use my best skill, lore intelligence.
Okay,
Also, yes, we're docking for 100 a day.
Yes.
I mark that down. Okay, so the roll law, then roll law. Okay, let me get out my book. Okay, how well did you roll?
I got an advantage.
But no
No
success.
Nope.
Okay, you may instead roll xenology.
Oh, for bone. That makes sense.
For bone. Check for bone.
Yeah, lick bone.
How well did you roll?
I
None.
got an advantage.
Your best skills, eh?
Don't rub salt in the wound. Don't throw that stone in your glass house. You're not like. We can be mean, but we can't be hypocrites.
I rolled better on a skill that I'm significantly worse at.
Yep. That.
Yeah. Shit. Listen, the dice are bastards in this game. It's why it's fun.
They are.
But is this like an everyone check?
Yeah. Can
Because
we pitch in?
I really want to sell these. I'm not gonna lie. So
If they're like
Everyone-
Great Dragon daggers, we might keep them for the melee guys.
Everyone can join if they want to.
Lore then genealogy, or just one.
You technically do both.
Okie dokie.
All right.
I got it.
Nice.
Okay.
This is the salt in the fucking
I
wound.
know.
Look.
I
was
want to
being-
sell them.
Look how good I know. Okay.
Look how much better I.
So
This is
Eat
the
a
salt
dick,
in
murder.
the wound right here. All of you fucking succeeded.
We
so
go.
What you
Ben
want
doesn't
from
know
me?
shit.
I'm big smart. I don't know what to tell you.
Never mind, Ben
Um,
knows some shit.
so one of them is a rancor bone and the other one is a great
Ooh.
dragon bone.
Ooh.
Oh.
They're more ceremonial in purpose. Like they can be used as a melee weapon, but not a melee weapon of exceeding note. The only thing they add to the kind of base dagger is they both add 1 vicious.
Market price would be what?
It depends. They're really collectible. If you found someone who's really interested in like if you found a museum or you found a private collector, you'd probably get a lot of money. Selling it on the street, probably you're not going to get that much.
This belongs in a museum.
Um,
I'm
No, it
willing to
belongs
sit on
where it
that until we
started.
find the right buyer. In a crate dragon?
Yeah,
And a rancor?
Rancor and Crate Dragon. Yep.
But like that's where it started.
Yeah.
So we gotta go.
You
fight
gotta
him?
put it back.
I'm not gonna lie. Derek would keep these daggers simply because they're badass and for no other reason. But
Derek is the new knife bone guy.
I think they're
Yeah, we can keep them and we can hang them on Dumoc's wall
I'm cool with that.
until I find someone to sell them to, and then I'm sneaking into your room and taking them.
At least let me know that you took them before, because otherwise that's just something. That's just like something mean to come back to, right? You just
Yeah, no,
you-
I
you
will.
come
I will
back to
keep
your
everyone
bone
informed.
dagger room, and boom.
It's like, oh, my bones! Someone
bones.
stole my bones.
Hey, I'll
Someone
hang
snuck
those up
into
now.
my room and stole only my dagger.
Okay, cool. So we're on the wheel. We can turn the ship off and on again, right, and fix the strain.
Yeah, well, you're plugged into the station's power supply, so you don't have to care
Like-
about your that's fixed.
Okay.
Now murder can, in theory, do a mechanic check to try and fix your 3 points of hull trauma as well as crit. That will take a bit of time, so if you guys are doing multiple downtime activities, that's probably what he'll be doing. Unless Murder says, fuck it, let's Crid do that, and he goes and plays the slots.
Gives Crid a wrench. Leaves.
Do your
Uh,
best, buddy.
This isn't a job for a wrench, but he gives Crid a wrench and just gets out of there.
Okay.
No, it's
Ugh,
worse
that's a
than that,
3
Murder.
critical crit.
You give Crid a nail gun and walks out.
Yeah.
Just to see what happens.
Okay, Emmy, you can roll me 3D100s to see what the bounties are in the slavers.
I thought you were going to have a check for family.
Okay,
Yeah,
two of them
shit.
have fairly medium bounties. The other one hasn't committed crime yet. Well, hasn't been caught for crime yet.
Oh, no.
Well, thank God we caught him for crime.
Yep. Good thing we got to it before it was too late.
Yep. Turn your
So,
life
We
around.
scared him straight.
No, he's committed crimes.
Oh, okay.
But they're mine.
We're just the first ones on the scene.
So, well, he just hasn't been caught before is the difference. The other two have been caught before. So for the other two guys, there's a bounty of 700 and a bounty of 500.
Okay. Cool.
Bro, that doesn't even pay for the fuel we spent coming here.
No, it does.
Fine.
Fuel is pretty cheap on this station. It's 25 per
I
cell.
remember it.
How many do we need?
Well, you're down by 3 cells. You would have been down by 5 cells, but you got 2 from the pirate ship.
Yeah, we stole fuel.
Yeah.
Another way to look at it is we bought ourselves 12 days on the wheel for free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now to play the slots to see if you can stay here forever.
Oh, yeah, no,
Yeah.
the tactic is, in fact, we hit it big and we just retire.
Yeah.
Let's keep rolling, guys.
I will say, if you guys are ever worried about fuel prices, you can modify your ship to make it slower with the added effect that it is way less fuel consuming.
So what, we account for, like, inflation?
Yeah.
Like if you are so worried about the price of fuel, you can do that. Inversely, you can make your ship much faster by just increasing fuel consumption by 25%.
Like, fastest ship ever, eats fuel like a motherfucker.
Like to the point in which Murder's in the back room, just with a fuel cell on hand, pushing the other one out of the way every 30 seconds.
Yeah. I'm reloading that motherfucker like a gun. That's my job on this ship.
Like he's essentially the guy with the shovel who's shoveling coal into the train engine as it's going.
Perfect.
Okay.
But we're really fast.
So, what are we doing?
So we've turned in the bounties. I wanted to go to the guild to see if there were any other bounties nearby.
I might accompany you on that.
Yeah.
Okay. So, while you two are doing that, Angel, do you have any intentions?
come back to me.
Okay. Murder, do you have any intentions?
Fix.
Fixed.
Okay. Emmy, do you
One
have any
job, guys.
intentions?
I have. Sorry, Amy.
No, you go for it.
Oh no, I was just gonna fucking reiterate. I have one job, gang.
Did Emmy answer? I'm sorry.
Nope.
That's good. I was just gonna see if I can find any rumors on my brother while I'm here.
Okay. Like any rumor in particular, or you just want to,
Just
hear
where
about
he
what
might
he's
be,
done on the wheel?
kind
Okay.
of.
Yep, I
Yeah.
thought so. I was just wondering if you were here just to hear what he's done on the wheel in the past.
No.
Okay, so I'm going to give you a difficulty 0 streetwise check, and if you roll really well, you'll get a lot of stuff. If you roll not super... You roll streetwise.
Not great at this one. 1 second.
Oh, no, you're the greatest at streetwise.
Hey, I am today.
Yeah. No, he hasn't been to the wheel in quite a long time. You can kind of the upside of this is you can kind of mark off that you don't think anyone on the wheel has kidnapped him or done anything bad to him, or as far as you know, no one on the station has really heard of him. Like you've only heard the only information on here that you can get about him is that at one point, quite a while ago, like half a year ago, he was here briefly passing through.
Interesting. Okay.
If you bribe the right people, in theory, you might be able to get a ship name that he left on, but that could be like a bus. Like, you don't know what he came on or what he left on. Could be the same ship, could just be 2 different buses. Angel.
I would like to see if I can find more information about Force stuff, for sure. And then if we need to stock the medical bay, I would like to do that as well.
Okay.
I'm not sure if it was.
It's stocked in the way of it's full of band-aids and bandages, and there's in the like small fridge there's blood.
Let's stock it for Dumock and myself as well, because I don't think he knew he needed non-human blood in here,
Yeah.
or non-human compatible blood.
I feel like the smart thing to do in this setting would just be have some sort of synthetic one-size-fits-all blood, but it's Star Wars, so that's not going to be the thing.
It was the 70s. They knew people had blood.
Generally speaking,
They were aware of the phenomenon.
Generally speaking, in universe, the idea of like blood transfusions aren't really common because normally it's like, oh, he's injured, we're putting him in a Bacta tank or whatever.
Yeah.
We
recommend the
goo
those,
pool.
So I
Put
would
him
say
in the goo room.
the way that Star Wars approaches medicine is you don't really have to look after the seconds, you just have to look after the minutes. So as long as you have Bacta and stim packs, you're probably fine. Like in theory, if someone loses an arm, like having a spare cybernetic one laying around is good, but that's just too expensive to just have a bunch of cybernetics laying around. So
Yeah, and at
if,
some point you can use the Force to glue it back on.
only if you're very quick at it.
Yeah.
So, okay. There's equipment you can buy to offset difficult medical checks and make. Okay.
Yep.
How much does that cost?
I believe quite a bit, but I'll double check quickly for you.
Med pack is 400 according to Ruya's sheet. Military trauma pack I never bothered to write down the price for.
Okay, so
Whoops.
the price of a back tank, the goo pool, is 4,000 credits.
That's not what we wanted, and you know it.
The
He's starting at the ceiling.
Yeah, I was starting at the ceiling. Like if like a plasma protein replacer, which is a blood generator, is 5,500.
Or he's not starting at the ceiling. Fucking.
I was starting
Okay,
around
so
the ceiling.
Let's back up. I want to stock the med bay. I don't think we can afford many of the things that I would like. but you
I feel
know,
that.
I think what you want is stim packs.
cool.
We can
Let's get some stim packs.
buy like liters of back to like buckets of it. That accelerates like normal overtime healing for when we're just like in hyperspace and someone's injured. Because that's only 20 credits.
Okay, so I'll buy a canister of Bacta and a few stim packs. How's that sound? And then I'd like to go find my force books or information.
So, I'll put it out there. It's a streetwise check. You probably want cat involved. On top of that, if you're doing it subtly, like, you're not going to the library and asking, hey, what books do you have about the Force, it's going to be a fairly hard check. So if you can get Cat to do that, but I think that's probably we'll get back to that check in a moment because they're going to the guild. But we'll cross that bridge in a moment. So we'll quickly jump to the two out of our 3 mercenaries in the party. So you guys want to see if there's bounties in the area, right?
Correct.
Yep.
Okay. I will remind everyone, in case it slipped everyone's mind since 4 hours ago when I said it. Emmy's relative said that if you guys are looking for work on the wheel, he has a contact here that you can get jobs through. You guys don't have to do that, just to remind you that was put on the table.
Sure.
But okay. So going to the guild station, there are several bounties in general. The question is, what sort of bounty would you be interested in? Like, they're not bounties for people who are on the station per se. They're bounties for people, within the sector around the station. So, like, what sort of work are you looking for? Are you looking for, like, someone who is super dangerous and is worth, like, tens of thousands of credits? Or are you looking for, like, Pete, who has, like, a bunch of parking tickets, who's probably not going to put up a fight? Like, he might, Pete might be a madman, but,
Yeah, Pete might try.
Pete's a mad lad over here.
I would respect Pete if he tried, to be honest.
I want something, not tens of thousands of credits, obviously, but something that it would, like, maybe not one bounty, but, like, 2 or 3 bounties that would make it worth coming to the wheel. So, like, something that would get us, like, at least, like, 2,000 credits cumulative.
Okay, so what
Just,
they
like,
can do is, if that's what you're looking for, they can give you 2 to 4 bounties that would be worth that in total. I'll kind of generate all of that out of session for you guys, but by next session you guys will have 2 to 4 bounties that are within your sector that will get you among them a few thousand.
Can I look for something different?
Okay, what are you looking for?
Knowing what I know about the history of Emmy's brother, I don't think I have a name, but can I see if there's anyone that looks like Emmy?
I think I gave you the name. Let
Did you
me
give me the
find
name?
it again.
Yeah.
I'll type it. Yeah.
I think he gave me the name when
If
we
you're
were
looking-
chatting about Beak Mandalorian.
If you're
where
looking for
was
someone
it?
who looks like Emmy, you notice Benia.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's not
Rip.
Um,
I
Notice that Benny has been standing next to you the whole time.
why did she never check here?
Like,
Her brother's right here.
what you could do is, you could, what you could do, you could look through the bounties and look for, like, through all the pictures and see if any of the pictures match Talon.
Yeah.
That will take a while because there's bounties for people who have like parking tickets here, and there are also bounties for people who are like cop killers. So like there are hundreds of bounties here, but if you want to spend like an afternoon just scrolling through the posters, you can.
Am I able to filter at all? Or is it just go through?
How would you be filtering it?
Murder.
People who are wanted for murder specifically?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what her brother was wanted for, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
Correct.
Gold star. Okay. I'm gonna get you to a perception check. I'm not gonna put a difficulty in. If this is a task that is doable, I will roll I'll roll something in the GM layer. i.e. my desk, because there isn't a GM layer for this dice pool.
Okay. So what do I need to roll then, I guess?
So that'd be a perception check for what you're doing.
Alright, I'm gonna use one
Or a computer's check, I guess.
Is that or computers? Let's see if I'm good at either. Computers. Perception. I'm better at perception. So we're gonna do perception. I'm gonna roll a light side die to make it a little better.
Okay.
And does that give me a blue, green, or
An
yellow?
upgrade on your side, so at the top of your screen on the left side, add one upgrade.
Got it. Alright, here we go. Maybe.
Okay, one moment. I have to open another book.
Oh, another book, you say?
Yep.
So we'll got
Get
so
more
complicated, we'll
books.
go into another book.
Also, Patmar, can you resend me the 3 books, the 3 main books for Star Wars? 'Cause I lost them somewhere on my computer when I switched to my PC.
Like the 3 core books, or like
Yeah, the 3 core books.
I probably could. Let me see where I put them.
If Murder can't, DM that to me, and I'll worry about that after session.
Yeah, no, I completely lost them when I switched over, so I did want to keep track of them.
Okay. Don't lose stuff when you switch computers, Kat. I implore you.
I tried my
Kat,
best.
This
Okay.
is solely on you, Kat. How dare you?
So,
transfer.
you know, it's not the name's not right. They look like they could be related. There is a bounty for a person who looks a bit like a slightly angrier version of Talon. Under this name, which I'll post. The bounty is 15,000 credits.
Ooh.
Jesus.
Is it just specifically listed for murder, or is there anything else?
There's like a litany of crimes in there. There's murder,
Okay, cool. Wonderful.
Grand Theft Auto, arson, destruction of
That
public
sounds
property,
familiar.
evading
do it.
arrest,
I might have done it.
Still is.
racketeering.
Shit.
Like, the list is long enough that it gets to a point in which there's like an ellipses, and you can click on it, and then it expands.
Nah,
more.
I've seen enough. Okay. Does it have a last known location?
That would be. Sorry, just looking at the name. That would be Slimia.
Okay.
God. Oh, God.
What?
That's here.
Oh, we're on the
We're wrong map.
Oh, okay. Well, you'll never find it. I win.
Well, he's got us, gang.
Damn it.
It's
Oh, we're not that far.
No, it's a hop, skip, and jump. But the last time we went there, we killed a man.
I mean, that's not been too different from.
So Cymirth. I thought you said Slymia, and I'm like, what?
That's how Smorg pronounced it, and I've never gotten over it, but
Yeah.
it's the canonical fucking pronunciation in our sessions.
Slimy.
It's
Cym.
It's Cymirth. It's Cymirth, yeah. But Smorg said Slymia, and we've just gone with it. And I kid you not, it has been a peeve of mine ever since. It's because it's a Smorg issue.
I believe he
Okay.
corrected me at some point, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'm wrong on that one.
Why would you? Why?
He says things very confidently. Confidently wrong, but confidently.
Okay.
I
I'm
still
gonna-
doubt it. Are we talking about Smorg?
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately. Well, I'm ranting about Smorg, so it's a little bit of catharsis for me.
I will either, I guess, download this info or take it.
You can get it on like a little like holographic disc that you can then like project like the bounty poster on, because nothing's straightforward in Star Wars.
Sure, of course. All right, then I will do so. Now I'll turn to Benia. You find what you're looking for?
Yeah, a couple leads. On something that should keep us in spending money at least. Yeah.
Cool. Maybe. I gotta go make someone frown real quick.
Well, make my day, why don't you? Okay. So, yeah, we're all good. We're nebulously doing those in the background.
Yeah, if you guys want, you can return to the ship and upset Emmy. I'm walking
Hey,
away
Talon,
from my.
frown real quick.
I'm walking away from my computer for one moment. Telling me the bad news.
Mm-hmm. So, if Talon's here, I'll speak. Talon, can you do me a favor?
Yeah, sure. What do you need?
Like, think of something that irritates you. Just how would you express yourself if you were just really unhappy?
I think well, it depends on the situation. I think there's a lot of ways to go. If someone had expressed that I was unhappy, maybe talk through it if I could, or
You can frown for me, real quick.
sure.
Thanks. If she does so, I will hold kind of this pad out to Benia. This match. To you.
Yep, I'm definitely seeing something there. It's in the chin. Do you see that?
A little bit. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you can tell
And
she's
the
not
nose.
mad. It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think there's something there.
All right.
Like, if not the brother, then like a relative.
Which I mean, who knows? She's got a lot of them at this point.
Yeah.
I love how Talon is
in
just
the
sitting
room,
there.
guys.
I know. I'm not gonna lie. I'm hoping to get a
So
real
Talon,
from that.
You ever met a man named Rix Pavond on your family Christmas card?
You say
Patmore, not familiar. Right?
Roll a D100.
Oh no!
Yes.
It's a 50.
Yeah, it's a
You would
50-50
say,
shot.
you'd say there's half a chance.
There's a slight chance. It's a really big family.
That's fair enough.
All right, better question. Does this face look familiar? No, turn it so she can see it.
Patmore.
Can I have a vigilance check?
Oh man,
Never seen this man before in my life.
Spooker.
who the fuck is this? Oh, where's my vigilance?
Like, wow, it's like looking in an angry mirror.
Oh,
Hey.
2 successes.
That looks a little bit like your nephew.
God damn.
You have a nephew?
Yeah, it looks a bit like my my nephew.
How many siblings do you have?
I lose track sometimes. There's a lot.
That's fair. I have
And
3.
they're that
That's
much
small.
older than you?
It's a very extended, large family.
All
I
right.
tuned out at a certain point.
Yeah.
well, your nephew has quite a bounty.
He
That's
looks
good.
a little dejected.
Good for him, I guess. I don't know.
Good for him. Glad he's doing what he loves. He was always a brat at Christmas.
He's chasing his dreams and whatever.
Yeah.
I guess. As long
Well.
as it's not slavery, it's fun.
Hold on. I'll check the list.
Oh boy.
I mean, day 100. Slavery was
It's
on
a
my list.
90. No! Shit.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
Selwyn's
Riggs.
family's becoming a meme.
Ricks.
Hello, Smudge. I almost said Spudge. That's wrong.
Smudge.
Hi,
Smudge cameo.
Smudge.
Much.
I would like to go and get some more medical tools for the... Because we're going to get hurt eventually, and
Yep.
Oh, undoubtedly.
so I'd like to do that.
All right.
Sounds good.
Cred will say something in the subtitles. It's like there's a Trandoshan proverb about preparing for failure equals failure.
Thank you, Crid. I don't know what you said, but
I'm
I'm
sure
sure
it
it
was
was-
encouraging.
encourage. Get out of my head!
Bonnie, we're the same person. I don't know what to tell you.
To be fair, I've never seen you guys in real life in the same place, so
That's true. One of us is like one of those VR people.
yeah. Well, one of you is like is just an actor. The other one, like the real one, is hiring to, prove that there's two of them.
Yeah, one of us is the stunt double.
Yeah, very Batman move.
Yeah.
But okay. Yeah, I think equipment wise,
Yeah,
crits-
if you're stealing
crit-
it, cat, it's free.
No, I'm just like, we don't like heal a lot with medicine checks per se. So I feel like we should prioritize the crit thing.
That's what you want to do.
I mean, we can afford both, but I haven't checked the rarity. I think they're both easy to find. Yeah, rarity 2. Okay. We can grab both.
What are the two things?
Med pack for 400 and military trauma pack for 50. They are rarity 2 and 3 respectively.
Okay. Yeah, you can buy those if you want to.
Okie dokie. They're the two links I sent you, Angel.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna add that to. We don't have to roll for that. They're rarity 2 and 3, right?
Yeah, you have to roll for that.
Cool.
Like, if you were in the what is that called? The Salcath village in the the giant wooden village in the tree line, to be like, yeah, there's a roll for that. They don't get a lot of imports, but you're in a trading hub. You're fine.
Yeah.
Okay. I'd like to see if we can find more. I enjoy doing research on the word just escaped me. Superstitions.
I suggest a word you want to use as esoteric religions.
Esoteric religions. Do you think you could help me find that?
Like if you give me the words to ask for, sure.
Sure.
Okay. I feel that this is 2 checks. Angel, roll a law check to give Cat the right word. Like, authors that you should be looking for. Okay.
The strain is from me trying to talk around the fact that I need stuff about the Force.
My interpretation was Australian was you trying to translate it down to Bania's level. Now, Kat, may I have a underworld skullduggery check to find the books?
Yes.
Did she get help from me?
Streetwise or well, they're the same roll. Whatever.
It'd be streetwise. that depends, Angela. Are you helping her, or are you staying in the ship reading your smut?
I'm helping her.
Okay. Kat, here's your additional blue dice.
Nice.
Okay, 2 advantage, 3 success.
Okay. So, Angel, there's one of two things that you can find here. One would be like an architectural, not an architectural, archaeological book about, ruins of like worlds and stuff in the region that might be connected to these esoteric religions. The other one, the other one could be a summary of one of those esoteric religions decided by a roll done by you. So one is like, hey, if you want to research these areas, these are the different planets you can go to. The other one would be like, hey, out of all the groups that you could be investigating, here's a specific summary of one specific group.
And I can't have both.
Nope. No triumphs.
Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
Kate, you should have triumphed.
No, I decided
She-
not to.
Rolled really well.
She did.
Yeah, no, I
Um,
did decide not to, though.
I'll take.
I can give you my 2 cents on the matter if that might make it easier to decide.
Sure.
Like one of them gives you a bit of information that you can use now, or the other one is like, hey, here's my quest for the next 30 sessions. Here are all the places I could go to.
Yeah, I'll take the ruins book.
Okay, I'm gonna have to quickly go through 12 books and find which one covers all the things I just talked about, but that's all right.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. Never matters.
You dug your grave.
And I'm gonna live in it. Okay, it's a very finely dug grave.
The craftsmanship is exquisite.
Yes.
I
Compliments
don't
to
know
the
how to
shoveler.
tell you this. You
Yep.
don't live in graves.
What?
Yeah,
Damn.
they're kind of the opposite of that.
What?
really.
What do you mean?
Oh, this is embarrassing.
I really don't know how to make this clearer. You put dead bodies in graves.
Well, only sometimes though.
Oh, I've been using them all wrong this whole time, huh?
No, like
That's my
pretty
bad.
universally, you put dead bodies in graves. Unless
No,
you're
that's
putting
not
someone
correct.
that you want to make into a dead body.
No. The Eskimos live in them.
Taking dead people out of graves.
No. Oh, hang on. I'm getting confused with igloos. Don't worry about that. That's been
I've dug
embarrassing.
my igloo and I'll live in it.
Very similar words and concepts.
Disciplines of Harmony? I just want to know for the record, I've just opened 6 different books. I'm still trying to find the section.
How much
Because
back
there
did you
is-
buy,
there-
Angel?
It's a 120 liter bucket of it.
Yeah, I got one thing of it because I wasn't sure how much money it was going to cost, and 2, I don't know how much a bucket is.
Cool.
It's a liter, I believe.
Yeah, it's 20 credits for a liter bucket.
Is it Endless Vigil? I'm talking to myself,
know,
don't
is
worry,
it?
just keep talking among yourselves.
Sounds like force stuff.
No, Endless Vigil is the Sentinel book that doesn't have it. It's probably the Mystic book, right? That would be Project Knowledge.
Like
No,
only
it's
the
about
Force
Endless
knows.
Books.
It's true. Or Control F.
It's not that one. And it's not. That is Alchemy. I wonder, is it not a character book? Is it perhaps one of the rule books? Nexus' Power. It's one of the rule books. It's not one of the character books. Okay, found what I was looking for. It took way longer than I wanted it to. And anyway, so I will give you a list for the moment, just to give you a summary, because we're not going to write up the list at this exact moment. The closest places that are written in the book would be Osis and Renvar.
Where's Renvar?
Above you to the west, I think, off the top of my head. Hang on, I'll jump back into the page. Yeah, it's above you. Whoops, shouldn't have moved that.
There it is.
It's directly above you.
And Osis?
Is right there.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Osis used to be the location of a Force temple a very long time ago, and Renvar was a burial ground for Force users. Now, depending on what you're interested in, I wouldn't necessarily recommend going to a mausoleum of Force users, but each to their own. So off the top of my head, the other one near you would be Dathomir, which is
Oh God.
that's only
Yes.
there. It's only 5,000 parsecs away.
I mean, as the crow flies, yeah.
Yeah, as a crow flies, yeah.
Dathomir. Isn't that where people go insane?
I mean,
That's
people go insane
everywhere.
everywhere.
Sure.
It's a mad world out there.
I'm for
Alice?
Dathomir personally.
We'll get there, but
Out of the three that I listed, Osis, or however it's meant to be pronounced, is probably the safest of the three, because it's not full of evil witches, it's not a forced burial ground, it's just where a temple was before it was destroyed.
If it's worth anything, murder votes Dathomir.
Of course you do.
I want my fucking
we'll
rematch.
get there. We'll get there.
You want your rematch
get
with who?
The fucking Dathomir witches.
When did you fight them?
We didn't. That's the problem.
It's not a rematch, it's just a match. Sorry, go ahead, Angel.
That was
so
an Akari session, right?
she thanks Ben for this wonderful. Thank you so much. It was exactly what I was looking for. I really want to go to Osis. I think that sounds like a great place to go for our next job.
Any thoughts on Osis, everyone?
Scared.
You're scared of just a little desert planet?
Yep.
I roll stuff Benia knows on Osis.
Yeah, okay. For those who are interested, oh hey Smudge, roll a knowledge out of rim check on Osis.
Okay. I'll try.
Okay, that's pass on the person.
I
who
have
had no
so
right
much
to
shit
pass.
about Osis. I have no right
know,
to pass.
absolutely. Nothing.
Kat, I'm gonna spend those threat. You are wanted on Osis.
Oh no!
A career criminal, Benya.
A deal went wrong a while ago. People you were working with committed a bunch of crimes. You're guilty for association.
Yeah.
The
Listen, I got burned just as hard. I got burned just as hard as they did, but somehow it all got pinned on me.
Well, they all died. So
That's their problem. Either get good or get over it.
But yeah, for everyone else who hasn't committed multiple crimes on Osis in the past, so it's an interesting planet. Just to go for a few general bits of information on it, they have 31-hour days. They have a population of about 4 million. the planet is mostly mountains and deserts. The capital city is Canossa. They are mostly a production world, like they send out a lot of things that they mine. It is a somewhat hard planet to get to, though, not because it's in the middle of nowhere or anything like that, but because it happens to be within a asteroid field and a nebula. Not, Space Ghost Nebula or anything like that. It's just there's a lot of matter in the air, so it's a little bit. It's not the nicest place for ships to fly through, but the asteroid field isn't the worst asteroid field ever, and the nebula isn't too bad. So as long as you guys aren't going in there half-cocked, you should be fine.
Got it. I mean, my people are pretty good in deserts, so I don't mind.
I do.
You mind the desert?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Sand. It's rough and it gets everywhere.
Well, the thing that
That one.
M3 might have a problem with is those deserts have notorious lightning storms.
That one too.
What do you want to do, M3?
Make money, then leave.
Right, and I'm not saying go to Osis this instant, but I would like to go to Osis. I'm just making my intentions and my wishes known. I'm not saying we have to go now.
I would. There are things that I need to cool off in Oasis before I partake in the pleasures of this planet there again.
Should we just assume that that's going to be the same for most of the planets we go to, or
Yeah.
no?
Right,
Yeah.
I this is not an insult in any way, Ben, but I have yet to hear you say that, oh, I'm not wanted on this planet when we go to a planet.
I will have you know, I am not wanted on most planets.
I
mean,
don't
a
know,
consistent
Kat.
theme.
That might be a deception check.
A
No,
consistent
they don't want me
theme-
there.
A consistent running theme for me every time we go to a new place is that I find that you're wanted somewhere, and I find that Talon has a new relative that makes me concerned. That's been a
Yeah.
running theme.
M3 takes a step away simultaneously from Benya and Talon. Just shuffles out of there.
So I definitely have family on the wheel.
So, gang, here's how that breaks down.
So, now that you mention it, Dumak,
Uh-huh.
Like my
Here-
aunt
here it comes.
owns a bakery here.
oh, hell yeah. Is it, in fact, a money laundering scheme?
Who knows?
Is it in
It's
fact?
completely staffed by Twi'leks.
Bakery.
That's a pretty solid bakery.
Does she make good bear claws? Because I really could use a coffee and a bear claw right now.
That doesn't sound too bad.
Yeah, sure.
She makes something, and very good.
Or you do this to yourself. That's all I'm saying.
It's like I give you a plot point. Fuck it.
Okay.
Yeah. No coughing, Kat.
It's a plot cough. I'm gonna
I
drop
know.
dead any second now.
I know. I know.
Delicately coughing blood into a tissue as
Yeah.
we speak.
You'll be mourned forever.
Yep.
So the main issue you guys might have going to Osis is they generally don't like foreigners, especially if you're Cat.
Yeah, a personal experience on their dislike of foreigners.
But on the other hand, for those who are huge lizard fans, there is a native quadruped lizard that it kind of like used as mount. So if you want like a beast of burden riding a lizard, this is a planet for you.
Fucking for the lizard
Well-
fans in the audience, there are in fact lizard fans.
I would like to go. One of my fields of study is esoteric in nature, and I would really like to go and study these old ruins. It's not something that we have to do now, but I would like to do it.
Do you study for like a school?
I study for my own edification.
Oh,
Big word.
sorry.
Got it.
I study because I enjoy studying.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
I will continue to act as your medical person as much as I can, but my strengths lay in arcane knowledge. And by arcane, she means like
Yeah.
obscure.
What? You're not outing yourself as like a transmutation wizard?
No.
What's the check to Insight Angel?
That's a good question.
Vigilance?
Oh, I heard
Perception.
the character. Okay, sorry, I thought you were okay.
Yeah,
Angel, what is your deception on your sheet?
2 green.
2 greens. Okay.
Oh no.
I'm sorry, I had to sometime.
I'm gonna
As
spend
the bounty hunters are like,
I'm gonna spend a dark side dice to make this harder for everyone. Anyone who wants can now roll vigilance on Angel.
The dark
Just
side
gets
aiding you
found
with
out
body.
fucking immediately.
No, okay. Benny, I can't read you, but she's sus. Talon is having a bad time.
Nah.
I want to say, for the record, this is my best use of a dark side dice probably ever.
100%. No, this was good.
I rolled 3 successes and an advantage. God,
Oh, damn. Damn,
Hey.
tit for tat with that one. That sucks.
pain.
Even crid.
Frid didn't do well either. Is the pilot gonna roll?
Nope.
The
Man,
only
damn.
one who can pick it up is Talon. That's so freaking funny.
No.
No.
Talon can't either.
I mega failed.
Yeah,
that
she
one.
Talon
that
mega
one.
failed.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was reading that too, man. 2 successes. I'm wrong.
Okay.
So,
So,
just as a quick question
Yep.
about Dumok's roll, is the reason we didn't get any results is because it completely
Yeah.
exactly
Yeah.
canceled out?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
3 successes, 3 failures, 1 advantage.
So, Emmy, we need to work out what your nat 1 on insight is.
You are the last Force user on this universe.
Well, so Emmy, you know you
Actually-
don't believe yes.
No, I was gonna say, yeah, Talon doesn't believe in the Force.
Yeah. So, like, Emmy, you to start with, you don't believe in the Force. So we can go one of 2 directions here. Like, you can fail to insight her so well that you just trust whatever they're saying, right? Because they don't lie, right? The other way we go with that is you don't think they're lying about this, but you think they've outed other lies they've been telling you. Yeah, their story isn't making sense anymore. So you can go
I
with
think-
absolute faith or absolute mistrust with this.
I'm gonna go with absolute faith because I don't
Okay.
want to have another character go down the paranoia wormhole. So
For Emmy's health, we're choosing to let Talon believe things.
To be
I will
fair,
have you know, she hasn't lied. She does
Well-
study our obscure knowledge.
Sure.
It's not illegal to be a Force user anymore.
Well, it depends where
It's
you
not
are.
always safe, though.
Like,
Mm.
to be fair, you
Yeah,
guys
see-
aren't awfully far from where one of the Imperial group regions is. So like, it is illegal to be a
heck
Force
yeah.
user there. So
Where are they? Let's go start shit.
well,
That's
like
fine.
Zinja's section of the Empire is around Dathomir. So if you guys were like one sector over, you would be in the you'd be inside his territory.
Oh, guys, it's
Fucking
fate. We gotta go to Dathomir. It was my favorite level in
Everything's pulling us
Jedi
together.
Fallen Order.
fucking Zinj. Holy shit.
I will clarify. Fallen Order represents Dathomir in such a weird way. It's not like a desert canyony world. It's meant to be like an endless dark forest.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, but there's that one little fucked up area, and I really liked it.
It's
Dathomir
like the
is
idea of
very
people
cool.
fighting at the beach in Kashyyyk. It's like, what beach? Everything, like the entire planet is meant to be
tree one.
canopied with like hundreds of kilometer tall trees. Like in episode 3, you see them having a beachhead fight against droids. It's like, where did that beach come from?
All right, but counterpoint, Patmore. That scene was awesome.
It was.
Yeah,
But,
see? There you
you
go.
know, okay, I'll give up.
There are so many fun little nooks in the world. Like, maybe that one
That's a good one.
was a pit of volcanic activity that erupted a million years ago and looks like that because there's sulfur in the ground and they took it as a holy site or something like that. Like, there's a million ways you can spin that.
Yeah, I guess.
Eh.
I will say, just for Murder's interest, Murder, if you're looking for sites of power for your for like your class, the giant space trash planet is just there.
Oh, hell yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Fucking what?
Raxus Prime.
Yes!
Raxus Prime. If you're looking for things for droids, Raxus Prime is your world.
That's
Oh, okay. That's what you
I
meant.
mean, it's not.
Hell
true.
yeah. Let's
I
go
thought-
to Trash
I
World.
thought you were like Murder. If you want to do like robot wizardry, you know, Trash Planet.
Yeah.
No, it's my mecha. It's Trash Ball Supreme. It's my mecha.
I think we'll wrap the session up here. I'll give out 7 XP for the session. The
How about 8 because M3 is still fighting his demons.
No.
Okay.
If it gets me to around.
Eight
Okay,
then.
fine.
Why?
Murder us really
You
nicely.
made it. You took
Oh,
it from
okay.
even to 41.
That's
I know what
alright.
I
Yeah,
did.
that's fine.
I took
Alright.
myself from 10 to 11.
What did we do for the morality?
Both you and Emmy roll a d4. You didn't do anything overly. No, you threw a bunch of slaves. You guys can have a d8 today.
I was about to say, what the hell, man?
You know, they were evil slaves. They were
Okay.
serial killers.
Emmy, your morality is up by 8. Angel, yours is up by 3. Okay. So, as some housekeeping for later in this week, Angel won't be with us on the D&D session day. So I think instead of